Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Goodison Park. Goodison Park under the floodlights for a big cup tie. It doesn't get better than this. Tonight, it's the FA Youth Cup tie. It's Everton against Sheffield United. Graham Stewart, you and I are looking forward to this.
I'm looking forward to it. As you say, every game under the lights here at Goodison Park is special. So for these young lads, it's a great opportunity to go out and impress in front of, hopefully, a decent-sized crowd.
Good run in the FA Youth Cup last year. Chelsea and Manchester City amongst the sides beaten along the way, and it really gave everyone a massive lift, didn't it? That's what this competition can do. Yeah,
I mean, they were probably surprise results, you know, in the big scheme of it, but, you know, the lads went out there and done themselves proud. Unfortunately, we didn't end up winning the competition, but it was a great experience for those involved. Anybody who's been involved in that wants to replicate that again, starting here tonight against Sheffield United.
And a lot of the players that were involved in that excellent FA Youth Cup run are still eligible for the FA Youth Cup team this season, particularly Stanley Mills, who was in terrific form for the 23s.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's in some respects it looks like a bit of a drop down in level coming down to the 18s, but he's eligible to play. He's one of our strongest players. Get him in the side, and that's obviously what Tatey's decided to do. He's in good goal scoring form as well, scored a few over the last few weeks for the 23, so he'll be coming into the game full of confidence, and one of the players we'll look to really, you know, impose himself on this game.
You've just preempted my next question. Players like Stanley Mills and Isaac Price tonight, they've got to say, right, we're better than this. We've got to get a grip of this game.
Yeah, but they should be setting the example for the younger players out there now. I'm led to believe from looking at the team sheet, we've got a couple of really young players coming out to play tonight. So the likes of Isaac Price and Millsy, you know, they've got to get out there and show them the way.
The carrot at the end of the stick is a place in the 5th round. Manchester United away await the winners. Again, it doesn't get better than that.
Fantastic as well. I mean, are they allowed to play that at Old Trafford as well?
Possibly.
There we go. So the possible opportunity to play at Old Trafford, which would be an absolute dream come true for some of these young players. So there's your carrot, as you say, Darren. Get out there, go and perform, and you never know what happens after that, because any time you play Man United, it's a special occasion.
Still the small matter of Sheffield United to deal with, though, tonight at Goodison Park. Well, in the previous round, Everton just about edged a 5-goal thriller against Fulham. Here's the highlights for you. Plays it in field. Here's the first opportunity for Fulham. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, but the follow-up is hammered into the back of the net, and wouldn't you know it, against the run of play, Ollie Sanderson has given the visitors a 1-0 lead. It's their first attempt on goal. Whittaker. Can Everton open up Fulham? Whittaker slides a little reverse ball in. He's onside. Stanley Mills, there's the goal for Everton! Stanley Mills finds the back of the net. It was a lovely ball by Charlie Whittaker. Everybody looked to the right-hand side to the lines, but he kept his flag down, and Mills produced the finish, and Everton are level. Head back to Stanley Mills. Mills, shooting chance for Mills, takes a deflection and finds the back of the net, and Stanley Mills has done it again, and Everton lead by 2-1 and have really turned this game around.
Yeah, look what it means to the boys all gone to the Gladys Street end. I know there's no supporters in there, but it's the famous Gladys Street.
It's a risky ball. Robinson makes something of it. Diaz, it all goes through him. That was a risky ball as well. Ocaronco can't get there. And Stephen Parks has scored an own goal now! Ocaronco has put the ball in the back of the net. What a mess at the back, and the third goal we craved has arrived from 3 inches. 7 minutes of added time have been played, and Everton's just got to see this free kick out, and then it's game over. Oh, what a goal that is! Fulham have scored. It's Diaz, and well, you have to say he probably deserves a goal.
Yeah, I think he meant it as well.
I can't believe the ending to this game here. Olakibi on the far side. Whittaker goes across, and Samuel Smith is there, and there is the final whistle. 9 minutes of added time the referee played. I'm not sure that was necessary, but a FA Youth Cup game that had a little bit of everything ends in controversy, but more importantly ends in an Everton victory. It's a very, very welcome result. There you go. Everton 3, Fulham 2. The Toffees march into round 4 of the FA Youth Cup. Sheffield United or Millwall await.
Excellent win, wasn't it, against Fulham, with some excellent goals as well. Well, just over our shoulder on the big screen here at Goodison Park, we can see the two teams. Just want to mention Ishi Samuel-Smith, number 3. He's one of the players you alluded to earlier on, Graham. 15 years of age, but when he's out on that pitch, in his kit, in his boots, he doesn't look 15.
Well, I tell you what, honestly, it's incredible that he's going to be out here tonight as well, after such a good performance against Fulham as well, for somebody of such a tender young age. You know, it could be very, very easy to let the occasion swallow you up, but he was excellent on the night. He's clearly a lad that's full of confidence. Sometimes when you're that young, nerves don't come into it in some respects. You're too young, you're too naive to even think about it. Maybe even at Goodison Park, we'll find out in the next hour, Daz. So it'll be interesting, but certainly he's got all the attributes you would require to see somebody push themselves to become a first-class professional at our football club.
Players turning out for Everton at Goodison Park who were born in 2006. We're getting old, aren't we?
I was going to say, we are getting old. You're absolutely finishing me off here, Daz.
The two central defenders, Eli Campbell and Reece Welch, have been in excellent form for the under-23s this season. Paul Tate, again, he'll want big performances from those two tonight.
Yeah, he will. I think Tate will be absolutely delighted that he's got a combination there at the back. Two centre-halves with experience at 23s level, playing regularly. They should be the absolute, spine of our side, and they should knit that together and make sure we're really, really difficult to beat. Get the two young boys either side of them together. They should be talking to people in front of them through the game, so they'll be looking to, show their experience at this kind of level, and they should breeze through the game.
We've mentioned here that the young Everton players should relish playing here at Goodison Park, but let's not forget, Graham, that the young Sheffield United players will relish playing at Goodison Park as well. They're in a league below Everton at under-18 level. They needed penalties to see off Millwall in the previous round, but I'm sure the Sheffield United coaches will be saying to their young players, go and enjoy that, go and express yourself, and I tell you what, this could be the biggest night of your life.
Absolutely, there it is. You've got a wonderful football stadium to play in. You've got no pressure on you whatsoever. All the pressure's on the Everton side. They've got some experienced players at this level in their side, but you go out there, attack them, show a little bit of grit and determination, which is never not forthcoming with Yorkshire players as well. So I've got a fair bit of affection for Sheffield United. I had a 15-month experience there, and it's a wonderful football club full of good people, but obviously it's blue time tonight. We want to see the Blues win the game.
It's all about Everton. Well, let's have a little look at the under-18s in action. This is their recent game against Stoke City, when the Toffees and the Potters shared 4 goals. Good game that against Stoke City in Premier League under-18. Well, it's time now for our latest Getting to Know You feature, and tonight we feature one of the goal scorers in the previous round in the FA Youth Cup. This is Getting to Know Francis Ocaronco.
Francis, it's been around 4 months since you joined Everton. How have you found life at the club so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it so far. All the players want to win. We all want to strive to the same goal. All the coaches are helping us, and I love being around it.
It was a big move for you, moving from your hometown, from Sunderland, for the first time. What made you think that Everton was the best place for you?
Just when I came and seen the place and talked to the staff, everyone was very welcoming, and I just felt like I could see myself playing here.
The manager, Paul Tate, he's from the northeast. He's a Geordie as well. Has that helped you quickly form a good connection?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's very nice with me. He's very patient. He knows how to get the best out of you, and I like being from the same place. We understand each other a bit more.
Speaking to Paul, he said that you're quite a bubbly character. You've settled in well. How have you found life with your new teammates?
Yeah, they're really good. When I first came in, they were very welcoming. Within the first week, I just felt I was part of the team already. Get along with everyone very well.
For anybody who hasn't had the chance to watch you play yet, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I like to excite. I like to get on the ball. I like to make people smile.
What are the things that you most enjoy doing on the pitch in terms of your attacking play?
Just running with the ball and trying to find people in the best positions, trying to score, trying to assist. And
you scored in the Youth Cup win over Fulham. You scored in the past 2 league matches against Stoke and Man United. So you must be going into the game against Sheffield United with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think the most important thing in football is to be confident that you get where you want.
And you'll have done your analysis on Sheffield United ahead of the game on Friday. What do you think the team will need to do well to get the result that you want?
We're watching Sheffield. They're a very aggressive team. They want to get in your face. So first we need to match that, because then once we match their aggression, we get to play football. And with the quality of my team, we can beat them. You had your first taste of playing at Goodison Park and that win over Fulham. How do you reflect on that experience? I just felt a rush of emotions just playing at a stadium. Playing at a stadium I hope to play for in the first team is just so good. And it was a fantastic finish as well, wasn't it? When you scored. Yeah. There wasn't going to be any doubt about it, though, was there? Was that just always in your mindset that you wanted to finish it off and get that first goal at Goodison Park for Everton? Definitely, it's hard. Fastest I've ever ran. And just finally, Francis, on a personal level, what are your goals and ambitions for this season? Just cement my place in the 18s team so far and just keep scoring goals, keep doing what I'm doing, and see where that takes us.
Francis Ocaronco, a young player with a really big future here at Everton Football Club. Tonight, though, it's all about the FA Youth Cup. But just a few moments ago, I caught up with the Everton Under-18s manager, Paul Tate. Paul, another big night under the lights at Goodison Park.
Yes, Darren, looking forward to it. Obviously, the boys are really excited to get going.
What are you expecting tonight?
Expecting a tough game. Sheffield United, really good team, good setup. Really good game for them to come to Goodison and take Everton on. So a really tough game, competitive game.
We've had a couple of good games against them at under 23 level this season so far, and I would imagine a couple of them will be involved tonight.
Yes, there is. There's a couple of the boys who play in the 23s, similar to ourselves. Be playing tonight, so that'll add to it.
Ishi Samuel Smith and Martin Sheriff, a couple of 15-year-olds in the side tonight. What a night for them! Fantastic.
Ishi, as you've seen in the last game, give a great account of himself. He's very composed, so we're looking for more of the same from him tonight. And Martin's our top scorer on the 18 level this season, so he's earned the right to play tonight.
We always mention that the boys have got to try and play the game and not the occasion, and not play the stadium. That's what Ishi done, didn't he? So well. He doesn't look 15.
No, he's very composed, Darren. He's like that every week, to be fair to me. He handles things really well. So we're hoping for that from him tonight, but also from the rest of the boys.
Has there been a little extra spark in training this week?
Yeah, got the boys back from the 23s after their game on Monday. Get them all together, and there's been a real spring in that step. We've had like 23, 24 players. They're all desperate to be in the 18 tonight. We've had to leave a few out, unfortunately, a few of the younger players. But their turn will come next season.
There's a good atmosphere in your group, isn't there?
Yeah, good atmosphere. I think from the last game, Darren, it's given them really good confidence. Fulham are a really good team. I think they expected to do well in the tournament, Fulham, this season. So, for us to win that game and to play well, it's given us some real confidence and a real boost.
How big a miss will Charlie Whittaker be?
Yeah, a big miss. Can't get away from it. He's one of our outstanding performers on the night. everything he brings to the team in terms of his personality, not just his play on the pitch. He's a bit of a leader off it, but he's in the changing room there with the lads. He's part of it. He's on his crutches, so he can't play, but he's in there and he's helping the younger boys.
As we saw last season, Paul, some terrific days and nights with the FA Youth Cup. A good run in this competition, it can lift the entire club from the under-6s through to the first team.
I think it is. I think with the coverage that we give it as well, I think a lot of supporters see some of the young players for the first time, certainly live. And if we can put some smile on faces tonight, then we'll be happy.
Is the team talk easy on nights like this?
Yeah, I think we know what we're doing. We've been working this week, and the boys know that. Myself and the other staff with us are there to help them during the game. But we want to hand responsibility over to them tonight. It's a big occasion for them. We want to see how they handle it, and hopefully they come through with flying colours. Just finally, we said there's a spark in training, a spark amongst the lads. Is there a different buzz amongst the staff, FA Youth Cup week? Yeah, we like it. We're getting to play at Goodison, Darren, that's the big draw. It's really exciting for myself and Leighton to be in the technical area. Leighton's not really used to being in the technical area. He's used to being on the pitch. Yeah, he wasn't sub very often, was he? So it's great for us to get you on and get a feel for it as well. The whole club's behind you, Paul. Thanks for talking to us. Best of luck. Thanks, Darren.
Il valore aggiunto dei prodotti Beretta è una grande tradizione e la voglia e capacità di innovazione continua. È fondamentale credere nel proprio lavoro e nel proprio avvenire senza mai dimenticare il sapore della nostra storia.
There you go, the haunting sound of the sirens here at Goodison Park to indicate that the players are in the tunnel. The drum roll of Z cars, and there's the referee and the Everton side making their way out onto the pitch here at Goodison Park. Sheffield United will enter the arena away to our left via the corner where the park end meets the lower Bullens. COVID restrictions mean that they cannot use the same players' tunnel, so the large porter cabin temporary dressing room in the park end is still being utilised. We were just listening to All Together Now, the 1995 FA Cup final record being blasted out over the tannoy before the players came out. Wonderful, wonderful FA Cup memories, particularly for my co-commentator Graham Stewart, who scored one of the goals in the semi-final that year. And hopefully these young boys can make some wonderful FA Youth Cup memories for us, Graham.
Yeah, lovely opportunity for them tonight here at Goodison Park under the lights, and it's a wonderful opportunity for some of these players to go out, showcase themselves. I say the same thing all the time: use the opportunity you've got at a great football club and a great ground like Goodison Park to go and show everybody what you can do, and that you can deal with the situation, you can deal with the slightly different pressure of playing at Goodison Park, and let everybody know what you are as a person, as a player.
Well, regular viewers who have watched our under-23 coverage will be familiar with most of those players in the side, but maybe not with Martin Sheriff, with Owen Barker, and with Ishi Samuel Smith. Francis Ocaronco as well hasn't had much under-23 action, so we're looking forward to seeing those in action. Martin Sheriff wearing the Everton number 9, leading the attack for Everton at Goodison Park under the floodlights at the age of 15.
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity for the young man, and I'm sure there's a few nerves jangling around in some of these players, and that's never a bad thing. It's nothing wrong with being a little bit nervous, but also the flip side to that is sometimes when you're that young you don't really feel it. You're just so excited about going out there and playing.
Well, we're talking about Everton tonight, but let's not forget that Sheffield United, they may be in a under-18s league lower than Everton at the moment, but they have got a very good youth academy, a good football side. I've seen both games when the under-23s have played Everton under-23s in the Premier League Cup so far this season, and one or two names in that Sheffield United lineup are familiar to me, as is the manager Derek Geary, who was at Sheffield United when David Unsworth was at Bramall Lane, and he's recently been appointed as the head of the academy at Sheffield United, and they've brought in Adi Boothroyd, who's an experienced operator. He's had plenty of experience both at Premier League level and also, of course, with England under-21, so he'll bring a little bit of know-how to Sheffield United. And as I say, they're in a division below Everton, Graham, but they're an academy that's on the up.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Sheffield United have always had good academies, good players, you know, really good players who've got desire and a workman-like attitude, and you always get that with the Yorkshire, you know, teams. They're always up for a fight. And
you enjoyed yourself at Sheffield United?
I had a great time. I was only there 15 months, but it was enjoyable. I mean, Don Hutchinson was there with me, you know, another ex-Everton player. You know, some really, really good lads. I was with Dean Saunders, people like that. I mean, I know Dino's a Red, but he's still the funniest man I've ever played football with, let me tell you that for a start. So there was never a dull moment, and it was a really, really funny football club. But look, we've got to win the battle first and foremost tonight, because as I mentioned, they'll put their foot in. They won't be afraid to put their foot in. That's probably, they'll try and rough us up a little bit. There's plenty of experience on our side, and we should see out the first initial stages of the game and then relax and play our stuff.
Well, there's an old school kick-off for you, a long forward ball from Luke Butterfield towards that right hand side. You don't often see that in the modern game, do you? But well, the plan was to get Everton up the pitch. It hasn't really worked, and the boys have surrendered possession. It'll be a throw-in for Sheffield United over on the far side. Nothing wrong with an old school kick-off, is there? Play the back to midfield player and let him lump it forward towards the right hand side. Yeah,
well, first few minutes of the game, you don't want to cause yourself any stress by giving silly balls away at the back and stuff like that. So not something I'm upset about, to be honest with you. Get it in their half, win the second balls, and try and play in their half of the pitch.
Manchester United await the victors tonight. Manchester United won last night. There were a few fourth round ties played last night. Manchester United one of them. They are through to the fifth round, and either Everton or Sheffield United will be the visitors. Francis Ocaronco surrenders possession, and Sai Sachdev picks it up. It's on this near side with Charlie Staniland. Charlie Staniland, not a great deal of him, Charlie Staniland, but he's nippy, he's got good close control, low centre of gravity. Thought he'd won a corner then, but Eli Campbell gets the ball away, throw in for Sheffield United.
Yeah, good positive start from Charlie Staniland here on the right hand side, just below our commentary position, and he was nice and positive, as you like to see a winger. Took on the left back and got himself forward, but they've now got the throw on Sheffield United.
Sachdev takes it. Isaac Price gets a little bit of a touch on it. Ishi Samuel Smith gets more of a definitive touch on it, and it's a corner kick for Sheffield United inside the opening 90 seconds of the game. Siddy Peck, very well thought of young man at Sheffield United is Siddy Peck. He scored the goal in normal time against Millwall in the previous round. Sheffield United needing penalties before they prevailed 6-5. Corner kick, some defending for Everton to do. Everybody back for the Toffees. Siddy Peck swings the corner in. Eli Campbell gets a head on it.
There's another one. Yeah.
Corner from the left hand side.
It was a decent ball in there, actually. I mean, it was hanging right in that second 6 yard area that we call it, ready for somebody to come onto an attack. But fortunately it was a blue shirt that got there first, but only to deflect it wide for a second corner of the game early on.
I think they've targeted the goalkeeper as well here. Patrick Nash is not the tallest goalkeeper in youth football. He's got an unbelievable spring on him, and he made some terrific saves. Technically he's an excellent goalkeeper, but he's not the biggest, and Sheffield United have got a lot of players inside the 6 yard box, and thankfully it's a poor corner that Samuel Smith can hack to safety.
Yeah, you're quite right there. Patrick Nash is very, very small for a goalkeeper. I mean, hopefully they're putting him to bed in a grow bag at night and he'll sprout another foot. That'll be handy for him. But when you've got a goalkeeper of that size like Patrick, you know, if you're the opposition, you are really wanting to hang it right above his head.
Howard Kendall would have him on the Guinness by the time he was 18, wouldn't he?
Reedy's drank it all, I think.
Martin Sheriff's first involvement of the game is to chase down a long ball, but he couldn't keep it in. And it's a throw in for Sheffield United over on the far side. 3 minutes into the game. FA Youth Cup fourth round. There's David Unsworth, Jose Baxter and John Ebrell. Under 23 staff. And it's a shame, you know, Graham, the under 23s have got to play Liverpool tomorrow in a mini derby. It's always a big fixture. This is a big fixture as well. The authorities, the powers that be, they could have put a bit of distance between the two fixtures, surely, couldn't they?
Yeah, it would have been a nice thought, wouldn't it? And plus the fact we can't personally show it ourselves either, can we? Because obviously the first team are playing at Norwich, and the rules state that you can't show a Premier League 2 game at the same time as Premier League games are on.
I mean, regardless, it would have been nice to go. I don't like it when under 23 games are scheduled at the same time as first team fixtures, even though, of course, it was always the case when I was a kid in the 1970s. The first team were away. I was here at Goodison Park watching the Rezzies, watching Nick Buckley and Ronnie Goodless and Lindsay and people like that.
Sure, they'll be delighted to tell everybody that they were playing in the Rezzies. Imagine Ronnie's face if you could hear that now.
Corner kick for Everton on this near side. Isaac Price and Owen Barker are over it. Isaac Price, I think, is going to put the ball into the danger zone. Reece Welch and Eli Campbell are forward from the back, waiting for it to come in. It's deep towards the back stick. Keeper stays on his line. It's headed away, half volleyed. Matty Mallon, who he took his eye off the ball for a moment then and lost possession, but wins it back again. Sent off, of course, in the previous round against Fulham. Isaac Price with a lovely ball wide towards the right hand side, but it's well watched by Tom Angel. And here comes Sheffield United on the counter. That'll be a free kick. It wasn't a bad free kick to give away in truth, Graham, was it?
No. They've started quite brightly, Sheffield United. You know, they've got plenty of energy about them. Just hitting us on the counter-attack there, and as you mentioned there, Darren, as well, it wasn't a bad tackle for Bo Anderson to just give away the free kick there. Fortunately, the referees decided not to book him.
Luke Butterfield it was.
Or was it Butterfield? Sorry, I beg your pardon.
As opposed to Sheffield United's Bo Anderson.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong number 6 on my team sheet. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Sorry, Luke.
Sheffield United have possession. Well, the coach will be furious if this doesn't come into the penalty area, because they had a brilliant opportunity to get the ball into the box there, but they decided to play it short. Eventually it comes in and it's cleared by Reece Welch. That baffles me, that, Graham. Well, why would you not put the ball in the penalty area from a glorious position?
Well, they're trying to get themselves in a more advanced situation with an easier ball into the box, aren't they? I mean, it doesn't get much easier than having an opportunity to put the ball in the box straight away, but they've decided to. It's the modern day game, isn't it? They try and make why do something simple when you can overcomplicate it?
Corner kick for Sheffield United.
Oh, well, you would imagine that lessons will be learned and this one will be hung up.
Once again, everybody's back. Stanley Mills spots a little gap on the back stick and dashes into cover. And Sheffield United once again don't opt to get the ball into the penalty area the easy way.
Well, that's sheer lunacy for me. I mean, look, I don't mind short corners and a bit of invention and stuff like that if it's on, but we've already mentioned, and this is obviously no disrespect to keep going on about Patrick Nash, he's not the tallest goalkeeper in the world. It's the first 10 minutes of the game. Stick it right underneath his nose and test him.
And it comes. Great catch.
Great hands. Well done,
Super catch. Super catch by Patrick Nash. As I said earlier, watched him in the warm-up, and the boy he's got a prodigious leap on him. He really is an excellent goalkeeper. Patrick Nash, recent recruitment from Reading.
Well, that's good to see as well, because there's me talking about putting it right underneath his nose, which Sheffield United did do on that occasion. He was more than equal to the task. Nice and comfortable catch for him.
Everton have possession with Isaac Price. Here's Eli Campbell, left-footed. Good ball, but again, Tom Angel's there to intercept the left-back. Isaac Price, early ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Sheffield United tidy up, Everton win it back. Samuel Smith to Ocaronco. Samuel Smith gives him the wide option. Ocaronco brings the ball in field, retains possession nicely. We've got high hopes for Ocaronco. That was good play by him. Matty Mallon towards Stanley Mills. 7 goals this season for the under-23s. Good ball in by Stanley Mills, hooked clear by Staniland. Eli Campbell will pick it up for Everton. Here he is again, Campbell, 17 years of age, to the 15-year-old, one of 2 15-year-olds. Rishi Samuels-Smith. Butterfield drills it wide to Mallon. Possession football from Everton without really hurting Sheffield United, but we might do now. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away by Levis Pitton. Peck plays it to Staniland. Poor clearance, picked up by Ocaronco. Now chance for him to run at the Sheffield United defence for just about the first time of the game. Can he create half yard? Well, I tell you what, let's see that again.
I don't think you're going to get a penalty for that. I mean,
coming together.
There was a coming together, but I don't think there was significant contact to warrant a penalty, if I'm honest.
If Goodison Park was full, it'd be an uproar now.
Oh, there would be uproar, yeah, of course there would. But even then, even if it had gone to VAR, I don't think VAR would have had any of that.
No. Here's Campbell. Mallon, the captain. And that's got to be a free kick on that occasion. Tom Angel
Yeah, Stanley Mills just let the ball run across him there, and Tom Angel had no choice really but to bring him down, rugby style, right in front of the linesman, and he quite rightly flags.
Here's that corner that comes in again, Graham. Patrick Nash, excellent.
I tell you what, that was difficult as well.
Yep.
He made that look very, very simple in what was a really difficult ball. That really and truly, if you're looking at it from the Sheffield United perspective, there should have been people absolutely charging at him.
Free kick for Everton. That's off the training ground, isn't it? Curled into the penalty area, and on this occasion it's Callum Hiddleston who comes off his line to safely gather it. But interesting little routine, the after you Claude routine.
Yeah, the old I'll have it, you have it, no I'll have it into the goalkeeper's hands, unfortunately.
Here it goes again, danger man. Actually, Samuel Smith just nudges him off the ball.
Yeah, I think he slipped there, didn't he, Stanland?
Mallon. Reece Welsh. Samuel Smith.
They look very well organised, Sheffield United.
Yeah,
as soon as we get the ball, there's not an awful lot of space for us to play in. They get everybody back behind the ball. They look a really good shape amongst them. This could be difficult for us to break down initially, you know.
Patience could be the name of the game tonight for the Toffees. Now then, Ocaronco into the penalty area. Good strong run, good feet. Ocaronco, down he goes again.
He's pulled him down.
It's a penalty, and the referee gave himself a little bit of thinking time, but it was called straight away by Graham Stewart. The Sheffield United players will protest, but the referee had no hesitation really. Gave himself just a wee bit of thinking time, did Ed Duckworth, and then he pointed to the spot, and Graham Stewart alongside, and he thinks he pointed to the spot correctly.
Yep, I do actually. I mean, we saw the one before with Ocaronco. This time he cuts back, holds the ball up. The Sheffield United, he has a tug. There's not a huge amount in it, but it was obvious enough to give the referee the opportunity to give a penalty.
Yeah. It gives the referee a decision to make, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now then,
see it there, tugs him back. Yep.
This could be a great start for Everton. 11.5 minutes on the clock at the Park End, and Isaac Price versus Callum Hiddleston to give Everton the lead at Goodison Park. Saved by the goalkeeper. It wasn't a good penalty, and the goalkeeper who saved 3 spot kicks in the shootout in the previous round is at it again, and we remain at 0-0.
Well, Callum Hiddleston is getting jumped on by his fellow Sheffield United players in absolute delight. It wasn't a very well struck penalty by Isaac Price, and it was a relatively straightforward save for him.
Didn't catch it cleanly, did he, Isaac Price? He'll be disappointed in that. He takes the corner, it's deep, it's hanging. Mills tries to win it on the back stick. Sheffield United half volleyed away, and will we rue that penalty miss? Well, last time I was at Goodison Park it was the first team, and last time I was at Goodison Park it was Dominic Calvert-Lewin who missed a penalty. We live to regret that. I hope we don't live to regret this one.
Well, let's hope we don't. I mean, the one thing that would have done is might have just given us a bit more space in the game, with obviously Sheffield United going one down and having to come back into the game. But now
then, cross comes in from Mallon, headed away, edge of the penalty area. Luke Butterfield picks it up, finds Ocaronco. He's the danger man for Everton. Can he get a shot away? Takes on the full-back again and wins the corner. He's causing them no end of mischief.
Yeah, I would suggest that we get the ball out to Ocaronco as many times as we possibly can, because every single time he gets the ball something happens. He would just see the replay again of Isaac Price penalty. It's way too near the goalkeeper, and he hasn't really struck it with any venom either, so pretty comfortable save for Hiddleston.
It was interesting as well, Stanley Mills wanted the ball when the referee pointed to the spot, and Isaac waved him away, which is fair enough if you've got the confidence to take it. No harm in that. In comes the corner, low, poor, cleared at the near post by Sheffield United, but at least we're on the front foot, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely deciding the ascendancy. There's no doubt about that. As I mentioned, Sheffield United are organised and what have you, and they've got a good shape about them. But in the last few minutes, especially, we've shown that we can, create opportunities.
Here's Eli Campbell. How much of a test of character is it now for Isaac Price? Because it's a big moment to miss a penalty at Goodison Park in a cup tie.
Yeah, of course, that'll shake him a little bit, but it's all part of your learning curve, isn't it? You've got to take the game by the scruff of the neck. He should be one of the most experienced players. He's used to be playing at 23s level, so he shouldn't have any problem in getting hold of the game and trying to get a foothold on it and start getting us playing, because he can be a good player, Isaac.
Yep. He wants to try taking a penalty when there's no park end stand there, doesn't he, Graham?
Well, I nearly said it on commentary. Normally, if you've got number 8 on your shirt at the park end, you put it in the back of the net. But you cross them, I'll finish them, Dad.
Yeah. Who had 14 and a half minutes in the sweep? There's Owen Barker for Everton. Wide to Mallow. Welsh. Campbell. Well, after a rather sluggish start, it certainly is much better, this, from Everton, seeing far more of the ball. And Francis Ocaronco on this near side is causing trouble for the visitors. Good ball, that, by Butterfield. Good collect by Stanley Mills. Skips past the full-back, gets it into the penalty area. Oh, there's got to be somebody there. Cleared away. When Stanley Mills gets the ball on the far side, you know he's going to take the man on and get the ball into the penalty area. I'd just like to see somebody in there waiting for it.
Ocaronco there, he's standing outside the post. I bore myself the amount of times I say you don't score from beyond the post. Get yourself in there. It was there. It was a great piece of skill from Stanley Mills. He does what good old-fashioned wingers do, takes on his full-back, goes on the outside, puts a wonderful cross into the box, and it was inviting for somebody to come onto.
Sheffield United on the attack, and they win themselves a corner over on the far side. Josh Smith.
Yeah, but the two wide men for Sheffield United, they're really positive. Every time they get the ball, they want to take the full-backs on. Stanisland on this side and Smith on the other side, and this is Sheffield United's fourth corner, I think, of the half.
Yep, already. More defending for Everton to do, as Sidney Peck, 17-year-old Welsh under-18 international, readies himself to take the corner kick. Once again, Stanley Mills just spot. There's a gap at the back stick. Theo Williams, the Sheffield United number 9, was lurking by himself, and Stanley Mills has gone across to shackle him from this corner kick. Sidney Peck swings it in with his left foot, and again it's taken at the second attempt safely by Patrick Nash.
Yep. Well done, second time round there from Patrick Nash. Just spilled the first initial cross, but quick enough and good enough reflexes to quickly jump on the second ball.
Luke Butterfield spreads it wide to Matty Mann. Here's Price. Campbell. Samuel Smith. Ocaronco. Again teasing the fullback, and on this occasion just overruns the ball, but that will happen from time to time. At least we're trying to get him on the ball.
Yeah, I mean that's Samuel Smith does well there. He does well because he recognises that he needs to get the ball to him as quickly as possible, Ocaronco. So it's vitally important that as a fullback you recognise that getting in the ball as early as you possibly can will maximise his opportunity to take the fullback on. Unfortunately for Ocaronco, he overran the ball that time.
Just a reminder that should this game end all square tonight at Goodison Park, we will require half an hour of extra time and then penalty kicks to decide the outcome. It nearly went to penalties in the previous round against Fulham, but Everton had just about enough in the tank to see ourselves through, whereas Sheffield United did need not just the extra half hour, but a nerve-wracking penalty shootout to see off Millwall. 6-5 it was. Millwall actually had two penalties to win the tie, but on both occasions Callum Hiddleston made the save, as he just did a few minutes ago to deny Isaac Price, and that's why after 18 minutes here at Goodison Park in the FA Youth Cup, it's still 0-0. Stanley Mills touches it past the fullback. Isaac Price takes over. Lovely flick, lovely football. Stanley Mills is inside the penalty area, gets a nudge, goes for goal and finds the side netting, but that was a devastatingly good break.
Yeah, it was good. Really good play down the right hand side. Stanley Mills flicks it onto Isaac Price, and a lovely back heel back into the path for Stanley Mills. He drives into the box. The only criticism you would have is that Stanley Mills, he's got to shoot. If he shoots, he's got to shoot across the goalkeeper. He hits it near post and it's harmless. If he shoots across goal and the keeper makes a save, it's there for somebody to tap it in.
It's like we said, Graham, when we were doing our preview at the side of the pitch here at Goodison Park tonight. The Stanley Mills and the Isaac Prices, they've got to look at this game and think, well, look, we're under 23 regulars, so we've got to impose ourselves on this game. We've got to be the best players in this game.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I would be looking at my players and suggesting. You know, look at Elijah Campbell, Reece Welsh, Butterfield, Stanley Mills, Isaac Price. They're all relatively regular under 23 players. So all those players on the pitch there should be dictating what happens for us.
Throw it for Sheffield United. Did that go straight out of play? No, says the linesman. And Eli Campbell just nobs it back to Patrick Nash. 19.5 minutes on the clock. Goodison Park. We wait the first goal. Paul Tate there, just prowling the edge of the technical area. Ocaronco tries to slide it into the path of Martin Sheriff. We just can't get Martin Sheriff into the game.
I was going to say that would have probably been one of the only times Martin Sheriff would have touched the ball
through no fault of his own.
No, absolutely no. He's, you know, it's difficult, and as I say, Sheffield United are well organised, and they're making it difficult for us to hit the centre forward. So, you know, most of the joy we've had so far in this game has been in wide areas, and there's no problem with that, as long as Sheriff gets himself in the box and gets the goals that come from it.
Welsh goes long, looking for Stanley Mills. Flying header from the diminutive Tom Angel. It's his first season with the under-18s, Tom Angel.
He's a bit smaller than the Angel that I used to play with, I'll tell you that for starters. Good old Brett.
Yeah, you'd need two of Tom to make a Brett. Samuel Smith. Butterfield finds Eli Campbell, who's been in excellent form for the under-23s. Really has, and he was excellent against Sheffield United under-23s in the Premier League Cup recently, crossing to the penalty area, but again, nobody there for Everton, and that would be the one thing that's disappointed Paul Tate so far down, is that a couple of balls into the penalty area have come to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the quality, isn't it? When you get out in wide areas, the best cross we've had of the night was Stanley Mills. But we had nobody in the box attacking it, because it would have been a very, very straightforward opportunity for somebody if they had the, you know, common sense to get themselves in there. You've got to be able to smell a chance. And that's why I look at wide players, and, you know, with experience of playing there for so many years myself, get yourself into the far post. Get there, because there's goals for fun if you get to the far post. So as much as Ocaronco has been absolutely fantastic so far in this game, I'd be turning around to him and saying, go and get yourself goals. Make sure when that ball's on the right hand side, you get right into that far post. Don't stand on ceremony outside of it or on the edge of the box. Get in the mix and score yourself some goals.
That's what Dominic Calvert-Lewin changed about his game, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did.
Here's Ocaronco for Everton. Tries to slide it through again, but it's scrambled away. And Sheffield United can clear their lines. It's an anywhere will do clearance, but Eli Campbell might get done over the shoulder. Chance for Sheffield United here. It's Theo Williams on the attack for the Blades. He's going to go by himself as he brings it in field onto his left foot and then plays the ball back to the edge of the penalty area. Still a shooting opportunity, and the best they can hope for is a corner, and they're not even going to get that. And Theo Williams, a little bit of naivety there from the young man.
Yeah, I mean, he got done there, Elijah Campbell. You know, thought he was going to win the ball, and the ball just went past him and skidded off on the turf that's been watered. And the young man, Theo Williams, was in. He cut through, and the ball actually found itself to Josh Smith, and he took a shot, and he really should have slid Stanisland in, I think.
That was the ball that broke it down, wasn't
but where he shoots there, to the right-hand side, Stanisland is there, and he's clean through on goal if he picks him out.
There's a problem here for Elijah Campbell, which will be a little bit concerning for Paul Tate. He's just there in your picture speaking to Stanley Mills and Matty Mallon. But it's Eli Campbell who is the subject of physiotherapy treatment at the moment on the pitch. I don't know whether he just went over awkwardly then when he was trying to stop Theo Williams in his track down. We're going to get a better view of it here.
Yeah, I mean, he's just tried to read the pass there, and he stretches. Whether he's twisted his knee a little bit or some other form of contact, I'm not quite sure. Hopefully it's nothing too bad.
Referee indicating that it was a foul, but he played the advantage, and that's where the move broke down.
Well, this is where, I mean, he's got to slide him in on the right hand side there. Two bodies there was. Theo Williams and Stanisland were there. If Josh Smith just gets his head up and slides them in.
Well, Eli Campbell is still being checked over by the physio, and he He looks in a little bit of discomfort. He doesn't go down unless it's absolutely necessary, Eli Campbell. There's a little bit of a warrior about him defensively. Thankfully, there, as you can see, he's back on his feet.
Well, hopefully. I mean, I don't know whether as he slid in, where he got stood on or something along those lines. If it's a twist on his knee, then that's a problem. He'll do well to run that off. But if Theo Williams has accidentally stamped on him, then he should be able to run it off. But my concern is that he might have a twist to his knee.
Jack Tierney, 16-year-old centre-half, is on the bench for...
If we can see anything here, Des. Yeah, it's just that his right foot goes underneath him and his body weight falls down on it. Now, that's what concerns me as to whether he's twisted his knee.
Well, he's walking okay. And issue Samuel Smith on this near side. He's just stretching his leg there, a little spot of cramp. And you know what, Greg, you do forget that some of these boys are the toddlers, aren't they? 15 and 16 years of age.
Yeah.
It's a big pitch out there.
Yeah, it's a big occasion, it's a big pitch, but I'm not quite sure I'm giving it after 25 minutes, okay? I think even I could last 25 minutes.
Luke Butterfield to Samuel Smith. No ill effects from his little stretching. Isaac Price finds Reece Welsh. It's not the best ball by Reece Welsh down that right-hand side, and Josh Smith just shepherds the ball out of play, and Everton will go again. Will Paul Tate, after 25 minutes, 20 minutes to go in the first half, will his mindset be, listen, we're doing okay, but we can be much better?
Yeah, I think that would, if it continues in this second half of the first half, I think at half-time Tate will be along the lines of, look, we just need that extra quality in the final third. It's the same, it doesn't matter what level of football you're at. If you haven't got the quality in the final third, you're going to struggle to win games of football. It's very, very simple. In the main, we're in control of the game. We've just got to be a little bit careful of the counter-attack. But in the main, we've got the lion's share of possession. We're in control. We've got players that can create chances. It's whether we've got players who are going to put the ball in the back of the net.
There's Theo Williams. Eli Campbell, it's a test for Eli Campbell after his treatment, and he slides in and does well, Eli Campbell. Then he gets back to his feet, thankfully. That's the important part of it. Eli Campbell looks fresh and ready to continue. The ball will come into the penalty area, comes off Matty Mallon. Real chance for Sheffield United. What a block by Luke Butterfield. Campbell challenging for the loose ball, so is Matty Mallon, bouncing around on the edge of the penalty area, and it's a foul. Owen Barker was brave, he knew he was going to get clattered, but full credit to Luke Butterfield.
Yeah, absolutely, full credit to Luke Butterfield, and he's feeling it, let me tell you that. And it's not where you really want to get hit by the ball, from where I'm seeing.
On a cold night.
Yeah, certainly. But I mean, I think if it wasn't for Luke, that ball was going in the back of the net. Break down the left-hand side. It's Angel who whizzes the ball across. It comes out to Josh Smith, and his shot was goal-bound, I think.
He didn't half-catch it, Josh Smith.
As I say, just before us, as I said on commentary there, that's exactly what we've got to be careful of, the counter-attack.
Yeah.
We've had one or two dangerous moments, Sheffield United. We can't go to sleep.
Here's Campbell. Owen Barker. Again. Sheffield United are well organised at 0-0. You can only imagine if they do go ahead, they'll show even less ambition.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and they'd be even more difficult to beat, obviously, because that's when a little bit of panic sets in and you overload areas and then you get caught on the counter-attack again. But hopefully that scenario isn't going to happen, because hopefully we'll grind them down.
Throw in for the Toffees. 27.5 minutes gone at Goodison Park. It's been an absorbing contest rather than a classic. Martin Sheriff wins a corner. And again, just like to see Martin involved a little bit more. It's 6 on half a dozen of the other times, isn't it? He's not getting the ball from his teammates, but he's not looking for it as much as he maybe should be.
You know, he's a young man, and he's learning his trade. So it's a learning curve for him tonight, but he's not been involved as much as probably he would like to be.
Yeah. Corner comes in, it's hanging, it's by the penalty spot. Stanley Mills gets a head on it, it loops into the air. Martin Sheriff, an air kick from Martin Sheriff. It was half a chance, cleared away. Butterfield's underneath it, finds Matty Mallon with the header. Mallon just settles himself down, plays it to the right hand side where Isaac Price will pick it up. Back to Mallon again, and Everton will build from the centre circle. 0-0 Goodison Park. Campbell to Stanley Mills on this left hand side now. Mills wide, it goes to Samuel Smith. It's a good ball in, but it's cleared away. Mills is there again. But too many Sheffield United defenders, and it's a throw-in for Everton on the left-hand side. Apart from that effort from Josh Smith that was blocked by Butterfield, we're still looking the more likely.
Oh yeah, we do look the more likely. We're dominating the game, possession-wise. Just here that chance to talk about Martin Sheriff, and been difficult for him to get involved in the game. And you hit it on the nail on the head there, Daz. It was half a chance, a bit of an air shot.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Yep, he'll keep plugging away. Martin Sheriff, he's got a good goals record this season for the 18s. He's a big unit as well. He's a big lad, more than capable of causing trouble tonight. Ocaronco, who's been out of the game for the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. This fella hasn't. Luke Butterfield, he does look as if he wants to take it by the scruff of the neck, doesn't he? Mallon, Stanley Mills, but a jiggery pokery that beat himself rather than the fullback, but he wins a throw-in on the right-hand side.
Well, he's a game little lad, Tom Angel. He can only be about 5 foot tall.
Yep.
I mean, I know everybody looks a little bit smaller from here, but he's a very slender lad. But he's got a heart the size of a bucket.
Yep. Tenacious little chap. Campbell. That's a great ball. It's a good take by Stanley Mills. Stanley Mills across the face of the goal, takes a deflection, headed into the air, and volleyed back by Butterfield. And it's a corner kick for Everton on this left-hand side.
Oh, golden opportunity. Stanley Mills on that right-hand side again. The ball breaks for him. It's
going to be the issue with the left back,
exactly.
isn't it?
The ball just goes over his head. But again, it's just that little bit of quality when you need it. And I'm not 100% certain we had enough bodies in the box there. There's only one place he's going to put it, Stanley Mills. Be absolutely screaming to get in there, breaking your neck to get
corner
in the
kick deep again. Mills at the back stick. He does that so well, but I tell you what, that's really well defended by little Tom Angel.
Do you know what? He's done that a couple of times.
He has,
Tom Angel. He's the corner kick. Stanley Mills is clearly a height advantage, good 4 or 5 inches in terms of height advantage. But I tell you what, he's a tenacious so-and-so. He gets himself right up against Stanley Mills, and he's making it really difficult for him aerially.
Free kick for Sheffield United. Well, they'll have been aware of that because Stanley Mills ghosted in at the far stick to score against Sheffield United under 23s at Chesterfield last week. I was up there at the Technique Stadium. It was a great performance by David Unsworth lads. They won 3-1. Stanley Mills got a couple. One just by sneaking in at the back stick, and one a cracker individual effort into the top corner, into the Everton penalty area. And Eli Campbell did just about enough to put Theo Williams off there, I think, right?
Yeah, just about, because it was a terrific bin swinging cross coming in there, and Theo Williams, you wondered if he just stung on a march there. Chance here.
Now, Ocaronco, for the first time in about 15 minutes, a chance to run at the Blades defence, and he slides it back to Butterfield. Here's Mills. Mallon on the overlap. Mills uses him by not using him, then eventually touches it to Mallon, and Mallon's cross to the back stick towards Ocaronco. He heads it back, and there's nobody there again for Everton. Sheffield United can bring it away. Now then, it looks offside to me, that. Theo Williams doesn't get the touch on it. Oh, Nash gets a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, I think he's lost his bearings a little bit.
But Patrick's got every right to say to the linesman, that was offside. And once Patrick had to challenge for the ball, that automatically brings the striker into play. The flag should have gone up. Isaac Price slides in with Louis Marsh. And here's Luke Butterfield. But overhits the forward pass, and it's all gone a little bit scrappy here at Goodison Park. FA Youth Cup action, of course, a lot at stake. It's a cup tie. There's no second bite at the cherry. Winner takes all. Manchester United await in the 5th round. Sheffield United have only ever been to one FA Youth Cup final. That was 2011, and they actually lost against Manchester United. And at the heart of the Blades defence in that FA Youth Cup tie was Harry Maguire. But it was no disgrace losing, by the way, because amongst the Manchester United ranks in that FA Youth Cup final, Michael Keane, his twin brother Will, Jesse Lingard, Ravel Morrison, and a certain Paul Pogba. That's not a bad little youth team, is it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
With Sam Johnston in goal, by the way.
You don't want to be playing them every week, do you?
That was before they decided to release Pogba and buy him back for 80 million.
Yeah.
Samuels Smith on this left-hand side. Forward to Ocaronco. Ocaronco spots a gap. He's done that once or twice tonight, but hasn't come to fruition just yet.
Yeah, just a little bit over-ambitious there from Ocaronco. I wouldn't mind him just mixing the game up a little bit. I mean, because there's times you've got Samuel Smith who's quite happy to overlap, so sometimes he can cut inside and then reverse pass it to Samuel Smith, just to mix it up in terms of the defender's mindset.
Charlie Staniland fouls Owen Barker, and Luke Butterfield drills the ball wide to Matty Mallon. We await the first goal here at Goodison Park. Appeals for handball, not given.
I think the only way you get away with that is because he was so close to the ball itself. The Sheffield United defender, even if it did come off his arm, I'm sure he knew very little about it.
Yeah. Matty Mallon flicked it blind there, and Eli Campbell has to guide it safely back to Patrick Nash. Jack Stewart, Roman Dixon, Jack Tini, Iman Jagni, Isaac Heath and Emilio Lawrence are on the bench for Everton. And the team sheet that I've got, there's another team sheet here that indicates that Harley Jang Patter is also on the bench as well for the Toffees. Talented young player. Ocaronco. Campbell. Isaac Price. Unforced error. And here comes Louis Marsh. He's got Theo Williams with him. Tries to find Theo Williams. Does find Theo Williams. Good little turn by Williams. Good efforts as well. But good positioning and safe handling by Patrick Nash. But that's the danger you've mentioned, Graham.
Yeah, well, he's lively, Williams. You know, he's not afraid to make runs, and he's not afraid to get on the ball. He's got a nice little turn on him. Little injection of pace. He's got to be looked after.
Just shows you a little bit of a sloppy pass from Isaac Price in their half of the field, and 5 seconds later they have an attempt on goal.
Yeah. Got to look after that ball. We say it all the time. Look after the football.
Massive game for the first team tomorrow, Diamond, isn't it? Another of your old clubs, Norwich City.
Yeah, very.
It's a must-win game, isn't
it? They're all must-win for us at the moment, aren't they? We've got to, improve the atmosphere around the place, and the only way we're going to do that is by winning games of football. And it comes no better in terms of opportunity than at Norwich. They're struggling. They're not a side with any confidence going their way. We've really got to go down there and stamp our authority on it, and I would expect nothing less than 3 points.
Staniland on this near side, back in field to Louis Marsh. Just shows a lot of the ball to Ocaronco, but tries to bulldoze his way through, and it bounces through to Patrick Nash. Big game for the first team tomorrow. Tonight, though, it's all about the FA Youth Cup here at Goodison Park, and we await the first breakthrough. We've had a missed penalty from Isaac Price, and a couple of safe catches and a comfortable save from that young man, Patrick Nash.
We just need to get ourselves calmed down a little bit here. We've had a funny 5 minutes or so where our ball retention hasn't been as good as it was earlier on in the game. Again, Ronco there giving the ball away.
There's Williams. Oh, that's a poor challenge from Eli Campbell. That'll be a yellow card, I would imagine, for Eli Campbell. Theo Williams throws his arms out, and Sidney Peck goes over there as well to join the argument.
Yeah, he's going to do very well to get away with being booked here.
The referee's got the yellow card in his hand, and easy decision, that, Graham.
Yeah, very much so. Again, but it's that man Theo Williams again. He's sharp and he's lively. He's turned Campbell, and not for the first time this evening, and it's a rash challenge in the end, a challenge born of frustration in some respects, because he knows the fella he's playing against is lively.
Free kick for Sheffield United. Here we go. Where's the replay? Good footwork. It's a poor one, isn't it?
I mean, it's a guaranteed yellow card, and
it's not dangerous, but it's a poor challenge.
I mean, obviously, because 38th minute coming up, the longer this game goes on, the more confident Sheffield United are going to get.
Yeah. Sidney Peck, he's the dead ball expert. Into the penalty area it goes, and I'll tell you what, that was Bo Anderson there coming in on the back stick, and did he have more time than he realised?
I thought that as well. I thought exactly the same thing. Bo Anderson there coming in at the far post. I just wonder if he should have done a bit better. Ball comes in there. I think he doesn't really make any any challenge there, does he? He doesn't get his feet off the floor, really.
Andy Gray and Duncan Ferguson, Graham Sharp score that all day long. Here's Tom Angel, dispossessed by the lively Owen Barker, and then Tom Angel gives Owen Barker a nudge, and the referee awards a free kick for the Toffees. Six and a half minutes plus whatever time Mr. Duckworth wants to add on for hopefully Everton to make the breakthrough here. Be nice to take an advantage into the break. Temperature's gone down a notch here at Goodison Park. It's a cold evening. Need a goal to warm us up here. Butterfield, can he unlock it? Looking for Stanley Mills. Great ball. Stanley Mills scores the goal, and no, he doesn't. The offside flag is up on the far side. It was a super ball by Luke Butterfield. Good finish by Stanley Mills, but the flag is up on the far side.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, what good goal scoring form he's in, Stanley Mills. It's a wonderful pass from Luke Butterfield and a great run from Stanley Mills. It's always the run that decides the pass, and Stanley Mills made
I'd like
Luke
to see that
Butterfield's
again.
I'm not so
angle.
sure that was offside. He's timed it. I'm not so sure that's offside. I'd love to see it. The angle we're seeing doesn't really give us the opportunity to see whether it definitely was. But I tell you what, I think it was close.
Absolutely. Flag went up straight away. Disallowed goal and a missed penalty. Everton in the ascendancy, but it's still 0-0. And as Graham Stewart says, as long as it's 0-0, Sheffield United are very much in this game. Oh, that was a little bit of a mismatch, wasn't it? Martin Sheriff and Tom Angel. Now then, have a look here. Great angle, that. Possibly inches.
At the most, it's half a yard. At the most.
There we go. There you go.
There you go. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'd say it was level.
Tom Angel might be playing him. Might be having him level there on the edge of the penalty area.
I think it's that's Tom
I mean.
Angel there.
Yeah.
And I think
could have been a little bit unlucky there, Stanley Mills and Everton.
Yeah. Take nothing away from the pass though. The pass was absolutely on the sixpence from Luke Butterfield. Good run from Stanley Mills. Bodes well for the second half, or well, what's left of this half, which is just about 5 minutes or so, with a bit of added time perhaps.
Goal kick. Sheffield United, Callum Hiddleston. He's been on the bench for the first team. And appears to be a little bit of a penalty expert. Paul Tate just trying to reorganise his team a little bit. He'll want a little bit more from one or two of them, I would imagine, Diamond, in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. I mean, I'm picking people out. I mean, I would have expected Isaac Price to have dominated things in the middle of the park a little bit more than perhaps he has. I know he missed a penalty. Perhaps that's knocked his confidence a little bit. But at this level, he should be dictating the whole game.
Here he comes, Isaac Price. A little short ball to issue Samuel Smith, but right on cue. It wasn't a good ball from Isaac Price, and it's put Everton on the back foot a little bit. He's managed to scrap and win it back again, and that'll be a throw-in, if not a free kick for Everton on this near side. But that right on cue there, a little bit of sloppy play.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, I mean, Sheffield United, as we mentioned, at the start of the game, they're going to put their foot in. They're not going to be short of desire and passion and what have you. I just think that sometimes, we've got to be a little bit sharper in the middle of the park, and we've got to move the ball a bit quicker, be a little bit brighter in our thinking, because then they can't get anywhere near you. You can charge after somebody as much as you like. If you're bopping it around them 1 and 2 touch, they can't get near you.
There's Welsh to Isaac Price. Now it's with Campbell. Wide to Samuel Smith. In field to Ocaronco. Ocaronco better, brings it in field, shoots for goal.
Excellent.
And finds the bottom corner. It's a fabulous individual goal. Francis Ocaronco scores again in the FA Youth Cup, and Everton take the lead with 2.5 minutes of the first half to go.
Well, it's a perfect time to score a goal, and Ocaronco has been promising something along those lines in this first half. He's definitely a talent, there's no doubt about that. And he gets the ball on the left-hand side, cuts inside, gets himself half a yard, and the finish is excellent in the far right-hand corner.
Had to be precise, didn't it? That
he had to be precise. I mean, because Hiddleston's already shown that he's got capable as a goalkeeper. But wonderful piece of skill.
Yeah.
Used the defender just to bend it round him and maybe unsighted Hiddleston a little bit, but take nothing away from that young man. It was a wonderful.
There's nothing on there, is there?
No. But he's done really well. He's got a fantastic touch inside, just gets himself half a yard and uses the defenders to bend it round inside the far post. Wonderful end to the first half.
Does that change Paul Tate's half-time talk, Diamond?
No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will, because I think there still remains certain things that we can do an awful lot better.
Yep.
I think he'll be delighted with certain individuals' performances so far in the game, and the young players have done well. But I think he'll be looking to his senior players to just up the game a little bit.
Isaac Price back to Samuel Smith. Welsh to Mallon. Everton just need to keep the football now, don't they, for a couple of minutes. 60 seconds plus added time to go. There'll be a little bit of added time. Eli Campbell had a few minutes treatment. And Isaac Price on the ball now is probably the most relieved man in the stadium at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, no one. We've all missed penalties before, and it's not a case of getting on Isaac's back in any way, shape, or form, because if he's brave enough to step up and take the penalty. Unfortunately for him, he's missed it, but he's got to get over that and start playing ball passes like that.
Yeah, that's what he's capable of. Francis Ocaronco, they're doubling up on him again. He gets the cross in towards Martin Sheriff, and Martin Sheriff, he thought about the overhead kick there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now then, Theo Williams, Patrick Nash reads it well. Super goalkeeping by Patrick Nash, off his line in a flash, good positioning, good awareness, and he cleared the ball safely, because that could have been dangerous.
No, you've summed it up perfectly there, Daz. Excellent. He was like a sweeper there, the goalkeeper. Read the situation, was right, his positional sense was excellent, right on the edge of his box. The ball got played over the top, and Patrick Nash read the situation and just about got out before Theo Williams could cause us problems. 2
minutes of added time there'll be. But it was funny, that, wasn't it? We both looked at Martin Sheriff there and thought, he's going to do an overhead kick here. He's going to do a Klaus Fischer for people old enough to remember. Ocaronco, not short of confidence, is he? And he's dragged back by Oliver Arblaster, the Sheffield United captain.
Well, the thing Ocaronco's got going for him as well at this level and at this standard of football is his size. Is outstanding.
Yeah,
he's got a real good physique on him. He's one of those lads who looks like a man, but in a boy's body, if you see what I mean. But he
still looks as if he can fill out a little bit more powerful.
He certainly will. He'll be a powerful. I mean, he's certainly a young player that we will be looking to in the future, because he's got all the tools.
Well, he settled into Everton Football Club really well, has Francis Ocaronco, since he joined us from Sunderland. And when you make that sort of move, there's always a little bit of expectation on you when you move from one academy to another. And there's a little bit of a fee involved, there's always pressure, but he looks a confident young man, and he's taken his goal well, and he's on the mark again in the FA Youth Cup. Here's Sheriff, doesn't need much opportunity, Sheriff, and it's a corner kick, and again, that's what he's capable of. He made that for himself with his movement.
Yeah, that was good, that as well. Good ball again there, into him, and that's where he was strong there. He got down the side of the centre half there. Levi Pitten,
it's been a little bit
just holds him up. Little bit Ellis Simsy kind of thing. Ellis like situations like that, down the side of the centre half and holding him off, using his strength, and that was very, very similar from Martin Sheriff.
Bit unfortunate not to win the corner there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Goal kick, Sheffield United. Callum Hiddleston saved the penalty, beaten by one goal that was disallowed from Stanley Mills, and then beaten by a scorcher from Francis Ocaronco, and that's why Everton lead by a goal to nil. Welsh turns away and then hacks the ball to safety, and Mr. Duckworth brings the first half to an end, and Everton are fully deserving of this single goal advantage.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just on the balance of play, I think we do deserve to go in 1-0 up. A wonderful goal from Ocaronco, no doubt about that. Wonderful piece of skill. A couple of minutes before the end of the first half puts us 1-0 up. Obviously the disappointment of a penalty that was saved by Hiddleston in the Sheffield United net. Otherwise the difference could have been a couple of goals, but things that we can work on. It's not been perfect, and Sheffield United still remain a danger, especially on the counter-attack with young Theo Williams up top, who is a menace. So, we've got to make sure we go about our job in the second half in the correct way.
There's a long way to go, but there you go. The scoreboard tells its own story. Everton under-18s leading Sheffield United in the FA Youth Cup by a goal to nil. As usual, we've got some video entertainment for you to enjoy now at half-time. We've got a stadium update from Bramley Moor Dock, and we've got the highlights of Everton first team when they played Norwich City last season, September 2021, and won by 2 goals to nil. Half-time, 1-0 for Everton.
Siamo un'azienda a conduzione familiare da oltre 200 anni. Una storia, tanta volontà, condotta sempre da una famiglia. salumi italiani sono i migliori al mondo perché valorizzano l'etica, la storia e la tradizione del grande artigianato italiano.
As you can see, things are really starting to move, really starting to progress down here at Bramley Moor Dock. We're starting to get a real feel, a real sense of the size and the scale of this absolutely fantastic Bramley Moor project. The actual dock itself has been filled in completely. The compaction of the sand is underway, and so is the exciting part, the construction part. Ben, I've just suggested that now that the dock is filled in and the sand compaction is underway, that's the complicated stuff over and done with. You're going to tell me different?
I couldn't disagree more. Certainly a large bit of complicated work doing the marine engineering and filling the dock, but there's a huge stadium to build around us, and there's a lot more still to come.
We can see the concrete structure behind you there. What is that?
So what you're looking at behind me here is the first elements of superstructure for the stadium, which have started coming out of the ground. So this is the northwest core entrance to the stadium. So what you've got here on the west side is the turnstiles to walk in and the stairs to get up to the concourses to get out into the terraces and get to your seats. So this is really the first superstructure elements that we've begun to build.
You've got plenty of experience in the construction industry, Ben. How exciting a project is this for you?
It's incredible. It's probably the most exciting project I've ever worked on, and I've worked on some, incredible buildings around Liverpool. But the added complication of marine engineering with such a large structure and such a high-profile job, it's fantastic.
Just go back to the concrete structure behind you. What's next for that actual piece of land there?
We're using what we call DFMA, or modern methods of construction. And what that essentially means is we're manufacturing all of these products away from site, bringing them here and assembling them. So the core itself will continue assembling. We've got another 3 floors to build on top of this, and that will be assembled up to the top, and then we'll continue on with the steel frame from there.
It's difficult for us to imagine standing here to envisage what the final completed stand will look like. I suppose you can picture it perfectly, can you?
Well, we work in a BIM world, which in construction terms means a 3D environment. I've stood inside the stadium in a virtual environment. I've seen it from all angles, and I've lived this for 2 years now, so I've seen every part of this stadium. So I know exactly what it'll feel like when it's completed. It's just exciting to get there.
Are we on schedule?
We are. So what you're looking at here is a mock-up of the facade, which is the outer skin of the stadium. The brickwork is part of the architectural pattern, and we've done 4 mock-ups. What you're looking at there is actually 4 different panels, and we've used that to agree the pattern that will get cast into the precast panels with the brickwork in the final face of the stadium.
That's actually a very, very important component of it all, isn't it?
It's incredibly important. It's probably the piece that you will see the most from the outside of the stadium, and there's the architect has used the truss pattern from Goodison Park called the Leach Truss, designed by Archibald Leach, to imprint a pattern on the external face of the building.
And what about the little 6-seater stand behind you?
So what you're looking at here, the inner skin of the stadium is what we term the bowl. And this is a small replica or mock-up of that bowl. So you're looking at examples of seating, terraces, stairs that you will use to get up and view the football.
So the company that sent those 6 seats will be asked to provide another 55,000 of them at some point?
That's the idea.
Things really are starting to progress, aren't they, down at Bramley Moor Dock? It's fascinating to see the changes in the landscape. Well, it's a big game for the first team this weekend. It's the long journey to Carrow Road to face Norwich City. Last September, the two sides met and Everton won 2-0. Here's the pick of the action.
Dean with him, but Iwobi plays it in. Chance here for Rondon, tees it up for the Everton goal from Townsend, straight at goalkeeper Tim Krul. He didn't quite catch that, Andros Townsend, I think he knows that. Straight at the Norwich goalkeeper. Allen into the penalty area and screams of penalty from the fans, but nothing from David Coote. Well, he got a touch on the ball, Alan, to go past his man, and the referee is going to give a penalty for Everton. Andros Townsend steps up for Everton and does it supremely well. The keeper goes one way, the ball the other. It nestles in the back of the net, and Everton lead by a goal to nil. Here's Damari Gray, there's plenty forward for Everton here. One of them's Decore! Surely it's finished now. Everton were swarming all over Norwich in that attack. And Decore was the spare man. And Everton made it count. He picked his spot. And Everton are surely picking up 3 points. Just over 5 of the 90 remaining. Everton leading 2-0. Luca Dean's corner for Michael Keane, and Godfrey, denied a goal against his former club by Tim Krul. And the two of them have a little exchange, laugh and a joke. Godfrey getting on the end of this. He was onside as well. What a stop that was from the goalkeeper.
Welcome back to Goodison Park for the second half of this FA Youth Cup round 4. It's Everton in the ascendancy. Advantage Everton at half time as we look to advance to the 5th round. We got to the quarter-finals last season before being halted by West Bromwich Albion. Can we go a couple better and go all the way this year? So far so good. Half time 1-0. Second half about to get underway. Mr. Duckworth checks with his 2 linesmen, checks with the goalkeepers, checks his watch, and we are 45 minutes away from securing a 5th round tie against Manchester United. It'd be nice if that was at Old Trafford, wouldn't it? But I'm getting ahead of myself here anyway.
Yep, steady on, Daz. Let's get the job done first.
Sheffield United themselves reached the quarter-finals last season before losing to Ipswich Town. Here's Campbell. Aston Villa are the holders, by the way, of the FA Youth Cup. They beat Liverpool in the final last season at Villa Park.
Good old Villa.
Well done, Aston Villa. Ipswich Town, the conquerors of Sheffield United. West Brom, the conquerors of Everton, were the 2 beaten semi-finalists last year. Isaac Price makes a decent run, but Sheffield United scramble it away. Samuel Smith is there for Everton. Headed into the air by Sashdev. And it goes all the way back through to Callum Hiddleston. Welsh. Well, he got himself into a little bit of a cul-de-sac then, Reece Welch, unnecessarily so. Here's Oliver Arblaster, touches it onto Sidney Peck, and Sidney Peck onto his left foot, and he shoots wide. Sidney Peck, goal kick for Everton. Former Arsenal youth Sidney Peck, who we thought, because we saw it on the website, that he's played for Wales.
By the way, let me stop you there. There's no we about it. You.
The website I looked at said he played for Wales, but his grandmother, Janet, has been over and shouted at us at half-time, Graham.
She did. She sounds just like me. Oi!
Yeah.
You two.
I want a word with you two.
Why do you keep saying he's Welsh? He's not Welsh.
Janet and Dulcie came over. There's some relatives of Sidney Peck who are listening and watching tonight, and you're more than welcome here on Everton TV. And he wasn't far away there with his effort, was he? The young Welshman. Stanley Mills could be in here. Stanley Mills could be in here. It was half a chance. Callum Hiddleston came out to narrow the angle, but Stanley Mills with his head in his hands, and that indicates that he thinks he should have done better. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think he should have. I mean, he's better than that, Stanley. I think he probably might have been better off going through with his laces there and just putting his foot through it confidently as opposed to side-footing it, but that was the decision he made.
Do you think he was waiting to be clattered by the goalkeeper?
Well, there might have been half of that as well. The goalkeeper, Hiddleston, just coming out there might have just put him off a little bit, and you can understand that because no one likes a big thump straight in the head from a goalkeeper, but there we go.
Sheriff Price just helps it forward. Unconvincing clearance by Sashdev. Mills is in again. It's headed away by Bo Anderson, but Everton keep the pressure on. Samuel Smith plays it wide to Ocaronco, infield to Barker. Butterfield tidies up. Samuel Smith again. He's been nice and steady again, the 15-year-old fullback, Graham, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done nothing wrong, hasn't he? Nobody's absolutely skinned him on that right-hand side. I mean, Staniland, he's been positive, but he certainly hasn't had the better of Samuel Smith. And he's obviously clearly an intelligent lad. He knows when to release the ball, wants to give the ball to Ocaronco as much as he possibly can, which is the correct thing to do because he's a talent.
In comes the free kick. It's a good one. It's on the money. Up goes Reece Welch, and Mills can't keep it alive. It's out of play, and it's a goal kick for Sheffield United. But it's a nice positive start to the second period for Everton.
Yeah, I think Paul Tate would have been saying to his players, listen, give me the first 15 minutes of real good, positive, strong football, and just take the game, ease the game away from Sheffield United, because there was 1 or 2 opportunities in that first half where they scared us a little bit, and we don't want those same scares in this second half. Good solid start to the second half from Everton.
That looked as if it was bouncing out for a corner there before Stanley Mills tried to keep it in, but he wasn't to know. Mills wins the header. Barker chases it down. Bo Anderson challenges. Barker keeps it alive for Everton. Matty Mallon then plays it back into the Everton half of the field to Reece Welsh, and he'll just calm things down. There's Campbell. Back to Welsh. Looks for the run of Ocaronco on the far side, and it'll reach Ocaronco. Once again policed by Sai Sashdev. Ocaronco though turns his man. Good skill, good strength. Has he got the right decision at the end of it? No, it takes a deflection. Stanley Mills chases it down on this near side. You'd like to think another goal would do this for Everton, wouldn't you? Oh, lovely skill from Stanley Mills. Great play by Mills. Across the face of the goal, and Sheriff couldn't get a shot away. But good wing play, first of all by Ocaronco and then by Stanley Mills, Diamond.
Yeah, well, certainly that's where our joy's been in the whole game, hasn't it? Both wide positions, Stanley Mills and Ocaronco as well. You know, they caused the full-backs of Sheffield United a serious amount of problems. And that was another Sheriff air shot, wasn't it? Unfortunately for him, he would have liked to have thought he could have got some form of contact on that, because the pace was on the ball. He wouldn't have needed too much on it to guide it into the back of the net. But if he keeps getting in those positions, he might just get himself a goal this evening.
There's Arblaster, but Sheffield United on that occasion, no problem whatsoever for Everton, and it's safely at the feet of 17-year-old Patrick Nash. Love to keep a clean sheet at Goodison Park, wouldn't he, the young man? Be great for him. Here's Welsh. He thinks about the diagonal.
Daz, you've been told to not keep mentioning Welsh. It's your worst nightmare now. We've got a player called Welsh.
Here's Butterfield. Sidney Peck, the Cockney.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
No, absolutely not. No, if you say so. Here's Eli Campbell. Barker. Ocaronco. Threads it through towards Mills, but it was just a little bit too congested on the edge of the Sheffield United penalty area. Infield to Butterfield. And Everton have started this second half in full control. Angel wins another header. Josh Smith, Angel slams it against Matty Mallon, and it's a goal kick for Sheffield United. But Paul Tate will be delighted with the intensity, Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, what are we, 7 minutes into the second half, and it's pretty much been played all in Sheffield United's half. So from that respect, I think Tate will be delighted with the way we've gone about the second half, just purely in territorially, to just make sure that we're not putting ourselves on the back foot.
Still only 1-0, of course.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, there's always, you know, Sheffield United will still feel they're in the game. So while it's 1-0, it only takes a corner, a mistake.
Yep.
You know, I've mentioned in the first half Theo Williams. I like the look of him. He's sharp. He's willing to run and get down the channels. And he's called Elijah Campbell, caused him a few problems in that first half. So he's on a yellow card as well, Campbell. So he's got to be a little bit careful.
Nice a price. Here is our man, Campbell. Well, Louis Marsh thought he'd won a free kick there, and I have a bit of sympathy with him, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
Yeah. Staniland plays it in field to Sidney Peck, who's never been to Wales in his life. Angel. Arblaster. The lone spell at Bradford Park Avenue did Oliver Arblaster earlier in his fledgling career. England under 18 international. His grandfather played in goal for Matlock Town many years ago. Bit of a name in non-league football is his granddad, Brian Arblaster. Back here at Goodison Park, the ball is at the feet of young Isaac Price, 18 years of age. Mallon into the channel for Mills, but Tom Angel gets a challenge. Mills gets the second ball, carries the ball forward, but runs into Arblaster, and between them, Angel and Arblaster snuff out the danger. Stanley Mills just leaves one on Oliver Arblaster and will be spoken to, and indeed yellow carded by Mr. Duckworth. Was it worthy of a yellow card?
Look, it was a strong challenge, and probably one Stanley Mills didn't really need to make, Daz. That's the point about it. Whether he caught him or not remains to be seen. We'll get a better opportunity there. I just don't think he needs to make the challenge. Yeah, he does. The ball gets cleared and his momentum takes him into the Sheffield United lad, but a silly yellow card because he didn't really need to go that hard into it.
Isaac Price joins Eli Campbell on a yellow card, so he too will have to watch his P's and Q's for the last 35 minutes or so. Bo Anderson played that short. Good challenge by Owen Barker. Good skill as well by Barker. Can he get the ball into the penalty area? Tom Angel comes back to challenge, and Tom Angel, he's had a smashing game, hasn't he?
Hey, he's done well, as we mentioned. You mentioned it in the first half. Really tenacious character, and he had to be. But as long as I live, I will never, ever, ever understand why in the world you've got a free kick on the edge of your 18-yard box and you play it backwards. You're just putting yourself under pressure.
See it time and again, don't we? At every level of the game. There's Isha Samuel-Smith for Everton, infield to Ocaronco. On occasion he can't find his way through, and Theo Williams can bring it away for Sheffield United. Ocaronco giving chase. Williams keeps his balance and keeps possession. Then he finds Sidney Peck, who plays a long ball forward. It's a great ball, it's a good first touch as well, but Mallon read it well, got goal side and tidies up nicely for Everton. Hacks the ball up towards the halfway line. It was Louis Marsh that was nearly in, but there you go, there's the danger, Diamond, that we could be susceptible to.
Exactly, and Sidney Peck played a wonderful pass there, right-footed diagonal over the top of Reece Welsh, who got caught out. And it was Louis Marsh there who'd made the run and was picked out by Sidney Peck, and very, very unfortunate with his first touch, really, otherwise it could have been danger for us.
Sashdev pushes it past Ocaronco, brings it in field away from Price, gets his ankle wrapped, but play on, says the referee. The ball is aimed at Josh Smith and he's offside, and he looked it. It's whacked away to safety as a precaution, but the linesman's flag was up on the far side, and it remains Everton 1, Sheffield United 0. It's a precarious lead, isn't it? 1-0.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of opportunities there, and you would expect with the experience of this level with Elijah Campbell and Reece Welsh, they've got to be aware of that. That's a couple of times now in the space of a couple of minutes where a diagonal ball's nearly caught them out. So they've just got to pull themselves together, have a chat between each other and make sure that doesn't happen. Give yourself another yard if you need to.
Mallet scuffs the cross, but it still reaches the penalty area. Isaac Price picks it up for Everton, dinks it towards Ocaronco, who's offside. He puts the ball in the back of the net, but again...
Do you know what? That's similar to the Stanley Mills ball, and again, very, very close.
Well, the linesman's flag was up as soon as Ocaronco shaped ahead the ball. It was a nice header past the goalkeeper, but again, we'd like to look at that again.
Yeah, credit where it's due as well to Isaac Price, because it was a really good ball in from him.
Smashing ball.
Inviting Ocaronco to go in. Here we get the chance to see it again. I mean, the initial cross is scuffed by Mallon. The ball finds its way out to Isaac Price, and he takes a touch, gets his head up, sees Ocaronco on the far post.
He's well onside. Look at him inside the penalty area. He is well onside.
I mean, you could argue the right back's level with him, and the guy in the middle's a yard inside the penalty area. So it's a poor
decision from the linesman on this near side. He's right in front of us as well. If he wasn't on the microphone, I'd be having a word with him. Angel to Williams. Good defending by Reece Welsh, just shoves Williams off the ball. Mills nutmegs his marker. Then he gets the second ball as well ahead of Angel. He'll chase all day for you, will Stanley Mills, but good plays by Sidney Peck. Louis Marsh. The move breaks down and it's starting to liven up a little bit, Graham.
Yeah, it is. There's a few tackles flying in, a couple of challenges, and the tempo of the game's gone up. Sheffield United started slowly second half, but a couple of balls that have got played behind the back four there as well. They've just given them a little bit of a lift, and they've been a lot better this 5 or 10 minutes.
That wasn't a counter-attack. That wasn't a difficult decision for the linesman to make, Graham, was it? The boy inside the penalty area clearly playing Ocaronco onside.
To be honest with you, Dad, I don't even think he was looking at him.
No. Chance again for Everton. It's inside the penalty area. Mills snapshot. It was on its way. Blocked. It will reach Luke Butterfield. Clever ball by Butterfield to Barker. Barker trying to jink his way through. Ocaronco is forced wide on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Tries to bring it in field. Challenge comes in, and the move breaks down again, and Louis Marsh can bring it away for Sheffield United and win a throw-in on the far side.
So one or two opportunities just starting to be carved out by us in this second half.
Half an hour to go. The game will open up, really open up at some point.
It'll have to open up, because Sheffield United, longer the half goes on, Sheffield United are going to have to take a few more chances, aren't they? And then it's a case of, have we got the quality in the final third to play the pass that seals the deal, as it were? But they're plucky. Sheffield United have been impressed with them.
Yeah,
you know,
they'll stick at it.
Yeah, they've had a right
danger.
good go at it. They've got one or two really nice young players there as well. So still danger signs. It's still got to be careful with what we're doing.
Looks like there's going to be a change for Sheffield United over on the far side. There's a little bit of movement on the bench.
Yeah, there certainly is.
Paul Tate as well, speaking to Leighton Baines. You can just see Leighton Baines in the bottom left of your screen there. Part of the coaching setup, of course, these days at Everton Football Club. Sashdev takes the throw in. Samuel Smith heads it away. It breaks inside the centre circle for Luke Butterfield. Wide to Malla. Infield to Stanley Mills. No way forward for Mills, so he has to check and play it back to Butterfield. Eli Campbell. Butterfield again, always probing, always looking for the ball. Isaac Price plays it to Welsh. Haven't got to be patient because Sheffield United are so compact now. Chance to get the ball into the penalty area from Mills. Great ball in, headed away by Anderson, picked up by Butterfield. Chance on the edge of the penalty area. Butterfield still scrapping away. Breaks for Isaac Price. Back to Samuel Smith, and Everton will have to start again. Welsh.
Yeah, this is good from us at the moment. We just absolutely pen Sheffield United back into their half, deep into their half as well.
Bossing the game, aren't we?
At the moment.
Samuel Smith, good power, good pace. Has he got the delivery? Good footwork. Took two defenders out the game. Then he gets the ball into the penalty area. Headed away by Anderson. Picked up by Mills, but it skims off his shin. And the chance goes begging. And you just worry that Everton, we need to score when we're on top, don't we?
Well, very much so. I mean, this is the last 5 minutes, we've absolutely bossed it in this half of the pitch. And as I say, pushed Sheffield United back so deep. I mean, they're literally like, you've got 10 men in a 40-yard radius, I think.
Here's Barker.
There we go. This is what you got to be careful of.
Here you go. Tom
Theo
Angel.
Williams, if he times this right.
Off. Angel looking for Williams, but Reece Welsh and Patrick Nash in control. Patrick Nash made the challenge. Well, he got the ball, didn't he?
Well, he's got the ball. There's no doubt about it. He's got the ball, but it was heart in the mouth stuff. Really, I think that's the situation perhaps where Patrick should be looking at his centre halves to deal with that.
Yeah, I thought that. Ocaronco gets inside the penalty area. Ocaronco toe poked it towards goal, then he gets the replay, and it's a goal. Stanley Mills smashes it in from close range. Francis Ocaronco once again causing mayhem inside the penalty area, and Stanley Mills doesn't miss those. 2-0.
Yeah, the two biggest threats of the whole night for us in royal blue shirts. Ocaronco on the left-hand side, just too strong and powerful on that left-hand side. Let's just see this as well. Angel just times the ball. You know, this is the earlier attack with Sheffield United. Theo Williams, he's got to be spot on, and you've got to say it is a well-timed challenge from Patrick Nash.
You'd like to see Welsh take control of that?
I would do. I'd prefer to see that, but he's just powerful.
Yeah.
Pokes, it's like a toe poke, then he follows up bravely, and Stanley Mills isn't going to miss that in the goal-scoring form that he's in. But as I say, those two have been the threat for us all night. So between them, they've worked themselves another goal for Stanley, and the whole thing becomes far more comfortable on paper now at 2-0 with less than half an hour to go.
The keeper found the shot from Ocaronco too hot to handle, and Stanley Mills lashed the loose ball into the back of the net.
Yeah, Ocaronco's taken a bit of a knock as well, just on that rebound where he bravely went in. He's taken a little bit of a knock. I expect he's going to be absolutely fine. We want to keep him on the pitch, that's for certain, because he's been a constant threat.
They can't handle him, can they, when he's running at them?
No, that's what I say. I mean, as a specimen, I mean, he's a great size. He's got good pace about him. He's got good trickery, good balance, and he's been an absolute threat all night.
He's got a little bit of treatment on his ankle as the players come across for a drinks break. There you go. There's Francis Ocaronco, just getting a little bit of treatment. The old walkie-talkie comes out.
supposed to be treating the lad, and she's on the phone.
Yeah, ordering a pizza. The poor boy's in agony there. Have we done enough? They haven't threatened yet.
I would
you think they'll
so.
have some moments?
Yeah, I mean, look, they might have 1 or 2 moments. I mean, they've got nothing to lose now. They've really got to open up and push bodies forward and just go for it. It's either that or you don't want to get beat 4s and 5s. But you only get one opportunity in a cup, so you might as well go for it from a Sheffield United point of view. But he's not moving the best.
No, he's not.
Young Ocaronco. This might be the end of his game, I think.
Which would be a shame, because he's had an impact, hasn't he?
Well, he certainly has had an impact. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Hopefully he'll be able to run it off, but he's walking away a bit gingerly there. The players had a chance to get over and have a quick drink, so Sheffield United ready to kick off. 2-0 down now. Just Paul Tate in your picture there. I'm sure he'll be delighted with how things have gone in this second half. I'm delighted to see that second goal from Stanley Mills hit the back of the net, because it does make things a whole lot more comfortable.
Sheffield United have a mountain to climb here. Here's Sidi Peck. Back to Sachdev. Angel. Or Blaster. Peck again. Well, they've offered next to nothing as an attacking force in this second half so far, so if Everton can just maintain our shape and keep the lion's share of possession, then we should ease ourselves comfortably through to the 5th round of the FA Youth Cup. But it's cup football. Stranger things have happened. There's Francis Ocaronco back on the pitch, Graham.
Yeah, good to see him back on the pitch. Decent ball in from the right-hand side there.
Here's our Blaster. Price to Martin Sheriff. Nice turn by Sheriff. Good strength as well by the young man. He's done well there. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a tough night for him, to be fair, Martin Sheriff, because he hasn't had too much of the ball, but he's shown that you can just see there's glimpses there. A man so young, a kid, really.
He's a boy, isn't he?
To have that strength about him, and when your side need you, when you need your centre forward to hold the ball up and buy your time, he did it really well there.
There's Malin. Picks out Isaac Price. Price looks for Mills on this near side. Such a rich vein of goal scoring form, Mills. Seven for the under-23s, as well as his goal scoring contribution in the FA Youth Cup. Isaac Price doesn't stand on ceremony, plays it safely back to Patrick Nash. If Patrick Nash keeps a clean sheet, we go through to the 5th round of the FA Youth Cup for the 2nd season in succession. Once again, the draw hasn't exactly been kind. After away victories against Manchester City and Chelsea last season, we will have to go to Manchester United and get a result if we are to progress to the quarter-finals again. But that really will be, if we can hang on here at Goodison Park, one to look forward to immensely. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, no, I mean, we can start to have a little look at it out the corner of our eye, a touch, but can you imagine what that'll be like for the lads if they can go down and have a game at Old Trafford? It'd be fantastic for them. What an experience for them.
Williams. Picked up by Peck.
There we go.
Spots the run in the middle of the park of Josh Smith, but
see, that's been a danger all night for us, that diagonal ball. It's come to nothing, and Patrick Nash, to be fair to him, has done really, really well in terms of reading situations and sweeping up. Just like to see my 2 centre halves just be aware of that diagonal ball a little bit more than they have been. They've been caught out a couple of times. That's just communication between the two of them.
Here's Luke Butterfield to Campbell. Price back to Campbell again. Malin. Ooh, I was just about to say good stuff from Everton, and then Stanley Mills took his eye off the ball. But then Sheffield United surrender possession very meekly. Good play by Martin Sheriff. Ocaronco, though, can't dance through on that occasion. United squeeze it away. Everton win it back, and the pass from Samuel Smith just about reaches Butterfield. So Butterfield says they'll have it back and try again. Martin Sheriff in a wide position. This is just what we need to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're running the clock down, we're in comfortable possession. I just want to make sure we just keep that intensity about us, though. We don't want to be showboating or anything like that. Just do the correct things, do it in a professional manner.
Charlie Staniland wins that header on the far side. Made his under-23 debut against Everton a few weeks ago. Did Charlie Staniland, 17 years of age. Do forget at times just how young these boys are. Here's Samuel Smith to Sheriff, the two 15-year-olds combining. Oh, well played Sheriff. Ocaronco inside the penalty area, goes for goal, and the effort's blocked, and it's hacked away by Sashdev. But that was good play that by Martin Sheriff.
Yeah, he's come into his own this last 10 minutes. He's probably had more touches in the last 10 minutes than he's had in the previous 60, what have you.
Yep. It's like he's starting to enjoy himself. Here he is again, making himself available, coming a little bit deeper. That'll be a free kick. Samuel Smith gets his ankles clipped, and you get the impression that Sheffield United's starting to look a little bit like a spent force here, Graham.
Yeah, first time of the night, you just, maybe that belief that they can get something out of the game's gone a little bit. That spring in their game isn't quite there that was there first half.
Free kick comes into the penalty area. Up go the heads. Campbell gets ahead to it. Welsh challenges with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper does well, but once you go up to jump with the goalkeeper, you're always liable to give away a free kick.
Yeah, I'm not having that though. I don't think for 1 second that's a free kick. I think Reece Welsh is more than entitled to go for that ball, and if he takes a right hook in the chops, then unlucky. I don't think
no
there's
foul there,
wrong.
is it?
I don't think there's anything wrong in that whatsoever.
No foul at all.
It's an easy option for a referee, isn't it, to just
is,
protect the goalkeeper.
18 minutes to go. Luke Butterfield just a little bit too overzealous with the challenge on our blaster. Free kick for the Blades, and there will now be a change for Everton. Khalid Jangpata is about to come on, and he will replace Owen Barker.
To be replaced by number 19, Khalid Jangpata.
Be interested to see how young Khalid does.
Yeah, Barker showed some nice touches as well.
Yeah, he did.
He's done all right tonight. He's proud of his performance.
Bo Anderson for Sheffield United. Everton doing exactly what we need to do, just nipping things in the bud, just keeping possession, slowing the game down when we need to. And Sheffield United at this moment in time look like a team that bereft of ideas. In fact, since the start of the second half, Graham, they haven't had any threat at all.
Yeah, no, there's only been one or two moments where alarm bells have rung at all, remotely.
Yeah.
They've been nowhere near what they were first half, and that's probably, in credit, that's probably down to the way we've gone about our business in the second half.
There's Patrick Nash, the goalkeeper. Little mistake then. It was
a moment now.
Wasn't the best pass, and it was a slip. And here comes Theo Williams. He's quick, he's sharp, and it's a good challenge by Reece Welsh, and Everton get out of jail there.
Well, you have to say, if there's one player on the park that's going to change it around for Sheffield United, it's been Theo Williams all night. He's been a constant threat when he's had the opportunity to be. And there you go, look, he's sharp, he's onto the slip there from Elijah Campbell. Positive, good pace about him. And you have to say, fantastic challenge from Reece Welsh to save the blushes of his fellow centre-half.
Was that as much as the pass from the goalkeeper as the slip?
No, I think it was just a slip, Daz, to be honest with you.
Brilliant defending though by Reece Welsh. Stanley Mills has gone down on the edge of the penalty area. Gets to his feet. Don't think there'll be any need for treatment.
think somebody's perhaps stood on his foot there more than and they are painful, by the way.
Yes, yeah, on a cold night.
Yeah, cold night, boots that don't protect you in any way, shape or form. It is horrible.
Reece Welch still getting the plaudits from his teammates for a wonderful bit of defending. He wasn't even in this picture, he wasn't even on the screen as Theo Williams advanced on goal, and Reece Welch came from absolutely nowhere, body on the line time to make a brilliant clearance.
Yeah, I mean that would have changed the whole concept
again,
of the
Graham.
game. Yeah, I mean you could be right actually, Daz. A little bit of both maybe, the pass.
Where's Welch? There he is, bang. Super defending.
Yeah, great defending, but Theo Williams bearing down on goal. I thought all of a sudden this was going to be a very, very interesting last 16 minutes or so. However, Reece Welch slides in and keeps our clean sheet intact.
Theo Williams was playing for Boston United as a 12-year-old, and when they played Sheffield United and had such a good game that Sheffield United took him on board, and he's been there ever since, which is a nice little story. And he looks a player. Looks like he's got a chance.
Yeah, very much so.
Isaac Price chipped into the channel towards Sheriff, headed away by Angel. Chang Patter then with a rather
way, ref.
a rather unsubtle push, and here's the first change of the night for Sheffield United. Here comes an interesting figure for Sheffield United. He's Brazilian, is Fernando Marquedo. Came across to the UK in 2019 to give himself a chance of becoming a footballer, and was recruited by Sheffield United in October 2021. So it'll be interesting to see Fernando Marquedo tonight.
Well, let's see if he's got any Brazilian magic, because Sheffield United certainly need it.
Patrick Nash pings it to Mallon. Mallon does well to direct the header back to Reece Welch. And Patrick Nash will start again. Campbell.
It's offside.
Offside.
Straight away.
Francis Ocaronco strayed into far too deeply into Sheffield United territory. Easy decision on this occasion for the linesman on this near side, who we think made a mistake when he disallowed Ocaronquo's header a while ago.
Yep, true enough, but certainly that wasn't a mistake, because I was right in line with that, and the linesman does make the right decision. But Ocaronco is like, you know, he's such a talented boy. All you've got to do with him is just hone his talent and just teach him game management at times. You're out wide on the left hand side.
Good play again.
Comes
into
in.
the penalty area. Mills with the first header, and Sheriff just couldn't get a touch on it.
Just going to say, you look at these young players. It's not just harnessing their ability, but teaching them the game. If you're a wide player and the ball's getting played across, you have to be looking across the line. You can't be offside looking across the line. It's nigh on a crime in football to be offside when you're a wide player looking across the line. It should never ever happen. I mean, it happens for fun, by the way, but it shouldn't.
Louis Marsh is now coming off. Owen Hampson is on. Louis Marsh, his evening is over, and 17-year-old Owen Hampson, who joined Sheffield United from Manchester United 12 months ago, is coming on. Sheffield United needs something now. They trail by 2-0 to the Toffees with less than 12 minutes to go. Mallon goes in and wins the ball. Will it spin back for Stanley Mills? Ricochets off Mills, and he'll chase it down, and he'll get there before Tom Angel. Good early ball into the penalty area. The goalkeeper gathers it safely.
Again,
same old story, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's one of those situations. As a centre forward there, if I'm Martin Sheriff, I'm looking at it, and the odds are against Stanley Mills being able to get any purchase on that ball. It can only go near post. To get yourself across the near post, it would be the cross of the century. If you can get enough on it to get to the far post, take your chance, go across the near post.
It's called developing a football brain, isn't
it? That's all it is. I mean, I'm not having a go at the kid, because he's got plenty of time to develop. But that's the sort of things you've got to start thinking about. You know, can he get enough purchase on the cross Am I better off gambling across the front post? You know, if he's got plenty of time, do I sit out and go far post if he's going to dink it back? Stuff like that, just football decisions. But that's what we're here for. That's all part of the development of these young boys.
Throw in for Sheffield United.
Coming up to 10 minutes, last 10 minutes of the game, Daz.
Surely we've done enough. Surely we can relax and enjoy the last 10 minutes.
You'd like to think so, but that little slip a few minutes ago could have ended with Theo Williams putting the ball in the back of the net had it not been for a wonderful interception from Reece Wells. So that's how quickly things can change.
It's the game on or game over scoreline, isn't it? 2-0.
2-0, always is.
Good foot in from Ocaronco. Eli Campbell feeds it to Isaac Price. Doesn't look as if Isaac Price's penalty miss is going to have any bearing on Everton's FA Youth Cup progress. He'll be pleased about that. We all are. There's Patrick Nash, who's had a nice tidy game for Everton. Well, a little bit of over elaboration there. What did you say before? A little bit of don't showboat, just keep doing the simple things.
Yeah. Especially in your own half. I mean, I can live with it in the final third, perhaps, with 10 minutes to go, but not in your own half and inviting problems to yourselves. That's not a professional thing to be doing.
Mallon heads the ball to Isaac Price. Chip forward down this right-hand side. Mills will chase it. Tom Angel's the favourite, but Mills is going to get there. Great pace by Mills. Super play by Stanley Mills. Back to Sheriff. Oh, and he's rushed it and he's placed it wide, and he could have and should have done better, and Stanley Mills deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, he did great pace. Really, really good pace from Stanley Mills there. He certainly wasn't favourite when the ball got played in initially, but he's tried his hardest, hasn't he there, Martin Sheriff, to give him an angle.
Super pace from Stanley Mills. Angel knows he's struggling. Mills does really well. Good composure.
Yeah, maybe Stanley could have just played it and a millisecond quicker, just to give him a little bit more time there, Martin Sheriff, but it wasn't to be. But great pace.
Oliver Arblaster has been withdrawn for Sheffield United, and Will Lancashire is on, and Martin Sheriff's attempt on goal was his last contribution to the game. He is withdrawn, Martin Sheriff, and Emilio Lawrence, 16-year-old striker, is on.
Yeah, he's a player, this boy, as well. He is a player. He would have started for me. I think he's been ill.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's been a little bit under the weather, as Emilio Lawrence, but he is 100% a player.
That was fairly conclusive, Diamond.
Yeah, I know my onions.
You're not sitting on the fence there, are you, with that one?
I've seen him a few times and I like him.
John Patter tries to take the ball out of the sky, wins it back. Here's Emilio Lawrence, but the referee's whistle stops him in his tracks. Bo Anderson takes the free kick to Sashdev. Now it's with Pitan. Levis Pitan again. There's Isaac Price for Everton. Throw in for Sheffield United. Even with 7 minutes to go, if they get one back, it does make for a...
Yeah, it just makes it a nervy few minutes, doesn't it? No one wants that, so that's why I always...
a terrible mistake by Nash. Gives the ball straight to Sheffield United. It takes a deflection. Reece Welsh is there in the right place at the right time again. Nice little pirouette from Stanley Mills. Down goes Matty Mallon, and he lashes out a little bit at Fernando Machado, the Brazilian. That'll be a free kick for Everton, and Matthew Allen would do well to keep his temper under control, because he was sent off at the end of the third round tie against Fulham. There was a rare proper old school melee off the ball.
He did kick out a little bit there. He's just got to curb that temperament a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't want to unnecessarily be getting sent off, especially when you're in such a comfortable position. But there's me saying comfortable. We've made a couple of silly little errors towards the end of the game that could have cost us.
Got away with one there, Patrick Nash, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But I mean, in the main, he's been good as gold.
He has,
Nash.
Excellent.
I mean, he hasn't had much to do with it, if the truth be known. But you've got to be ultra professional.
Angel heads it away. In goes Jampata. Tom Angel is there though for Sheffield United. Good closing down by Jampata.
Yeah, good round of applause from his fellow players there. That's exactly what you want. If you're a midfield player or a defender and you're one of your front men closing people down, 5 or so minutes left, it's helps the team.
Angel will take this throw in for Sheffield United. Time ebbing away. Everton comfortable as it stands, 2-0 leaders. Mills powers the header back. Emilio Lawrence is happy to let that drift out of play, and that will eat up a few more seconds. Just over 5 minutes to go at Goodison Park. Francis Ocaronco and Stanley Mills once again troubling the scorers, as they say. Welsh wins the header. Isaac Price carries the ball across the middle of the park. In pursuit is Owen Hampson. Samuel Smith. Little dink forward to Ocaronco. Ocaronco turns, then plays it behind the Blades defence towards Emilio Lawrence, and Emilio Lawrence almost got round the goalkeeper. A little bit of hesitancy from the goalkeeper. Got away with one goal kick.
He's got good pace, Emilio Lawrence. He showed it there. I think the goalkeeper thought he was going to get there and then realised he'd gone and he wasn't going to make it.
There's Mills. Good footwork. Good close control by Stanley Mills. Butterfield to Jampata. Ball breaks for Mills and he tries to scoop it forward. Might get another bite at the cherry here, Stanley Mills. And it's Everton who are doing the attacking play, leading 2-0. Mills to Welsh and all the way back to Patrick Welsh. 2 or 3 times he's taken a chance, hasn't he, Patrick? He's I think he's got 2-1 on his coupon, you know. There's Ocaronco on the far side. Keeps possession well, under real pressure, and the referee eventually says, yep, you've done enough, it's a free kick.
Strong boy. Yep. Strong boy in the possession of the football. Vital seconds.
Yeah, we've done enough here. 3.5 minutes to go. Sheffield United have offered very little in this second half. Paul Tate will be delighted. His team look to be easing through to the 5th round of the FA Youth Cup. Oh, hang fire. Here come the Blades with a last hurrah maybe. Fernando Mercado, the Brazilian, across the face of the goal. A handball that. The referee didn't see it. Couldn't see through the crowd of players, and Sheffield United will keep it alive. Staniland will dink the ball into the air. It comes off the defender and it'll be a corner kick for Sheffield United. Don't put the bunting out just yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's been 1 or 2 things that haven't quite dropped Sheffield United's way, in fairness to them.
Yeah.
You know, it could easily have dropped to somebody in the box there, and they've kept us honest. There's no doubt about that. I mean, they haven't been a great attacking threat in the second half, but they've really kept us honest.
City Peck. In comes the corner. Header. Oh, it's gone in. There's the goal. Sheffield United have pulled a goal back. Now then, 2-1 with a couple of minutes to go. And it's Sai Sashdev, and there is a contingent from Sheffield United in the crowd here at Goodison Park, Graham.
Yeah, well, you got told off by them at half-time, that's why. But I mean, you've got to say, City Peck is a fantastic cross into the box. It's a good drilled cross into the box there.
Not really tightly marked, is he?
Sashdev rises high, and it's a decent header to the far post, and Nash can't get there. Simple as that. Now,
here's a test of character for Everton.
Test of character and a test of professionalism.
Stanley Mills. We're in the 89th minute of the game. Everton leading by 2-1. Jampata tries to create something inside the penalty area. Gives away a free kick. Sheffield United will take it quickly. It's a frantic finish that we weren't expecting and we don't really need. Hiddleston whacks it forward for the Blades. Reece Welsh gets a foot in. Rishi Samuel Smith. Oh, that's an awful challenge. That's a bad challenge, that.
That's not good at all.
Not at all. It's at least a yellow card for Will Lancashire. The referee will want to speak to him. It was a nasty challenge. It's no more than a yellow card, but Rishi Samuel Smith
Well,
has done well to walk away from that.
Well, he has. Lancashire's, he's got the hump about the initial challenge from Reece Welsh, I think. But I mean, you tell me that's nothing more than a yellow card, Dan.
Yeah,
I tell you what,
that's
dangerous. If that's in the Premier League, he's getting sent off.
Yeah, all day long.
He's getting sent off.
Yeah, it's a poor decision that from the referee. That is a very dangerous challenge by Will Lancashire.
That's poor. Listen, I don't want to see young players sent off any more than any of us in the crowd do. No. But you can't go around trying to, launch yourself at players. Premier League, you're off.
Nash looks for Stanley Mills, wins the header. Stanley Mills, which he's entitled to do against Tom Angel, but Bo Anderson is there for Sheffield United. 30 seconds or so to go, plus added time. Everton leading by 2-1. It was a comfortable lead. It's now a slender lead. Mallon drops it into Stanley Mills. Can we restore the 2-goal advantage? There's no real need to push things here for Everton. Looked like another late challenge. Throw it on this near side for the Toffees. 5 minutes of added time. Well, that will be music to the ears of the Sheffield United players, as it is to the Sheffield United supporters who are here at Goodison Park. And Everton have got 5 minutes to see this out here.
This will be a test now of the composure of our players, the honesty and the professional. I mentioned that word professionalism so many times, but that's what it is. You've got to be professional right to the very, even when you think it's nice and comfortable and you've done enough. One little moment changes it.
Here comes Theo Williams for Sheffield United. Good foot in by Mallon. Isaac Price doesn't take the ball with him. Macedo wins it, then Price wins it back, does much better. Good ball, Ocaronco. What will happen is Sheffield United will pour forward and Everton should get space behind them. Here's Emilio Lawrence. Cross goes Pitan to challenge. Lawrence can't shake off the attention of the three Sheffield United defenders, but United give the ball away. Luke Butterfield picks it up for Everton. Samuel Smith forward to Ocaronco. Nice turn by Ocaronco. Now then, can he get into the penalty area? He's got Emilio Lawrence in support. Here's Lawrence, and he's fluffed it wide. Sliced it completely, opened up his body, did the right thing, but the execution wasn't quite there. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, he's got to do a bit better there for me, Emilio Lawrence. And again, good work again from Ocaronco on the left-hand side. Cuts the ball back to Lawrence, and as you said, Daz opens his body up, but shanks it wide.
We've had a minute and a half of the 5 added minutes. There's Macedo on this left-hand side for Sheffield United. Will Lancashire. Reece Welsh tries to get goal side, does get goal side. Corner kick for Sheffield United. We were susceptible from the last one.
Yeah, well, this is heart on the mouth moments.
It really is.
Sidney Peck goes over to take the corner. His last one was a good drilled cross in.
Yep.
And I'm sure that he will be hanging this right above the head of Patrick Nash.
Everton have got everybody back. The marking has to be tight. It's a decent corner. In it comes. It's headed away well by Isaac Price. Back it goes to Sidney Peck. Sidney Peck crosses into the penalty area again. Headed away on that occasion by Stanley Mills. Chased down by Staniland, but he overhits the forward pass. Just too anxious, thankfully. And Everton have time to breathe.
Well, halfway through the time that's been added on here at Goodison Park, and it is nervy moments.
Was it just?
And it didn't need to be, did it?
Nope, we didn't expect this.
You look at the way we, in the main, have controlled the second half.
Yeah.
And then one or two little errors started to creep in, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Just some sloppiness creeps in, and before you know it, bang, 2-1, and all of a sudden you've got a game on your hands.
We've had 2 disallowed goals, one of which for sure shouldn't have been. The other one was tight. We've had a missed penalty as well, and we're hanging on here. Samuel Smith heads it in the air. Ocaronco flicks it on. Brave that from Jan Patton. He knew he was going to get whacked, and he did, and he's won his team a free kick. Well done, boy.
Yeah, done well there. Done well. Stuck his head in there where it hurts and earned us a free kick.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Manchester United await the winners, and at the moment that will be the Toffees.
Well, the simple thing here is Patrick Nash is tell Ocaronco to get himself over onto the touchline, aim it on his head.
Yep, there you go.
And let's pick the second balls up. There we go, flicks it on. Keep the ball in the corner.
Chases it down.
Don't foul, don't foul.
Levis Patton, yep, good play.
I feel like I'm talking this through.
At last someone's listening to you, Diamond.
First time in my life.
60 seconds. Just hang on, Everton. We are nearly there. Headed forward by Price. Flicked on by Emilio Lawrence. Nice turn by Emilio Lawrence. Can he keep his footing? Yes, he can. Goes for goal. Oh, and it wasn't far away, but that'll be a corner for Everton, and we'll probably just keep it in the corner.
Well, I'd
and
like to
see
think
time
we will.
out.
I'd like to think we will. But there you go. There's a little touch of what Emilio Lawrence can do.
Yeah.
Good strength, passion and desire to keep hold of the ball and show strength. Gets himself half a yard.
I thought it was going in.
I did as well. I thought he was just going to dip over the top of the goalkeeper, but second best is that we've got a corner and we can run the clock down. Time is nigh on up.
Stanley Mills. What was that challenge?
Karate kick. Hong Kong Fooey there.
Well, Sidney Peck there. He just jumped at the line. At least must have given a free kick there, surely. Sidney Peck just jumped into Stanley Mills. I don't care if his grandmother is sitting behind us. It was a poor challenge. Sort your boy out.
You could be getting a right hook any minute.
Throw in for Everton. The time is up. Referee puts his whistle in his mouth, blows the final whistle, and Everton have beaten Sheffield United by 2-1. But Sheffield United made the game of it at the end, Graham.
Yeah, they certainly did. I mentioned it in commentary. They kept us honest, and they were, as you would expect from a Sheffield United outfit, they were gritty and they were determined, and they came here and gave a really good account of themselves. And we had to work hard. We made a little bit of a mountain out of it at the end of it all, but in the main, we had the better quality on the pitch. We dominated the game in the majority of the time that the ball was on the pitch. So I don't think there can be any question of the better side have won tonight, but credit to Sheffield United. They've given a real good account of themselves.
But it's Everton who march on to the 5th round of the FA Youth Cup. They will now play Manchester United. It was Francis Ocaronco and Stanley Mills who found the back of the net tonight. There's Paul Tate celebrating with his players, as well he might, because we are through. It's Everton 2, Sheffield United 1.